Hello, everyone.
Howdy.
It's Andrew and William here from Allegory Gallery, and it is so nice we have the window open. So hopefully that doesn't distract everybody, but Gilbert is very happy about that. Gilbert's very happy that the window's open. He loves the open window. So
Me too.
I know, it feels so good. We had the heater on in here earlier. It was chilly this morning a little bit in this room because we had it closed up while we were away. And so I was working in here this morning and then I forgot to turn it off. And so it's a little bit toasty in here. So even though it's not like super hot outside, it feels good to have the window open right now. Hello, Harry. Hello, Marianne. Thank you for being here. Amanda is here with us. If you're out there, please say hello in the comments. We have Instagram going. We have YouTube going. We have Facebook going in about 4 different places on Facebook. You can watch us on the YouTube Allegory Gallery channel. You can watch us on Facebook on our Facebook page for Allegory Gallery. You can watch us in the Allegory Gallery Design Challenges group, in the Allegory Gallery Polymer Clay Club group. You can watch us on my personal timeline on Facebook if you follow me. So lots of places on Facebook you can find us. Please tune in. We do this weekdays, pretty much every weekday around 7:30 p.m. right now is our new time slot. And that'll be that way for probably the next few months until we get our store moved into its new location and settle things down. And then even then, it might stay there. So welcome. Thank you for joining us. Let's see who else is here. Norma is here with us. Hello, Norma. Harry says, I grilled for the first time today, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Whew. Had satay beef and barbecue chicken on skewers with onions, red peppers, and couscous with broccoli.
That sounds good.
It sounds delicious. We just picked up stuff to make portobello wraps. So we're going to have portobello that Andrew's going to cook up. I'm going to help, but he's the one that cooks that stuff good.
That'd be great for on the grill too.
Yeah, it would.
Except our grill is now buried.
It's now buried with stuff, lots and lots of store stuff. But we're going to have portobellos with smoked Gouda, with spinach and basil and sun-dried tomatoes. In some kind of sauce, maybe just a mayo, simple mayo, maybe something else.
At least that's the plan.
That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. I'm ready for it, though. I'm ready for it.
He's ready.
I'm ready. I've not eaten much today. We had oatmeal earlier today, and that is not.
Didn't stick to the ribs.
Didn't stick enough to the ribs anyway. Let's see here. Suzanne is with us. Hello, Suzanne. Marianne says 77 is currently -3 here.
Do what?
We were in the 50s today here, and we're supposed to hover around the high 40s, low 50s, I think, for the next few days. It's going to be rainy. It's going to be rainy tomorrow and rainy the next day.
I hope not.
I know. We got a lot of moving to do. Amanda says it was also warmish here for February. Vanessa's here with us. Hello, Vanessa. Thanks for tuning in. Suzanne says, hello, sweet Gilbert. Barnaby's here on the table, too. He sends his love over to Cinnamon and the gang. Vanessa says, we hit 90 today.
What?
90 in February.
Getting wild.
Getting wild. I have not read the article, but on my phone, there's apparently these spiders that make 6-foot webs, and they are invading U.S. cities, they said. I don't know what that's about yet. I haven't read the article, but there are these, I guess, giant spiders with 6-foot webs that are invading U.S. cities. I'm like, we're turning into the tropics here. I don't know what's happening.
I'm not mad about that.
Andrew's like, whatever, as long as it's warm. They can go crazy, those spiders.
You can ride them like horses.
He says, I'll ride them like horses, or I'll harvest their silk. Something. We'll do something.
We'll figure it out.
Susan says, hello, all. Our neighbor, thank you. Thank you for watching our kitties while we were gone in Baltimore this weekend. If you didn't see that, we didn't post as much as we thought we were going to. Let's say that. But we did try and go live some on the way there, and I went live the first morning before the first class. And then we just got so busy, and we didn't, between taking the class and doing the things in the class, there wasn't much time. But we took videos and photos, and I'm going to post some of those on my William Tries Things page once I get a moment, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, to write some stuff up about that. But April was a great instructor, lots of fun, and we made some good things. And we're going to show you some of the things we made today too. Hello, Teresa. Thank you for joining in. Sandra's here. Happy Kitty in the background. What's not to like about that? I know. Gilly, he's a good boy. Diane is here. Hello, Diane. I haven't seen you here in a while, Diane. I know you tuned in for Andrew the other day, but I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. So I hope everything's okay, and everything is going well for you and Chris.
We saw you though.
Yes.
On our way.
I know where you live now. I know you've tried to describe it before to me, but on our way to Baltimore, you were taking the dogs out of the front door, I think, of your house. I think it was you.
I didn't see you.
Andrew didn't see you, but I'm pretty sure it was you, and it was over the way that you mentioned. So I think I saw you. Cheryl is with us. There's Barnaby's tail. Hi, Barn. Oh, he's a good boy. Cheryl says, howdy, 54 tonight. And that's t-shirt weather for me. Just got a long walk in, quite a day. Yeah, we've been moving most of today. And we're making progress.
Little by little.
Little by little. We were hoping to take some furniture up to Johnstown today. We didn't quite get that far. The day's not over, but I don't know if we're going to get that far tonight.
I think we made some pretty big progress.
We made some big progress. We got the register covers, which we weren't even sure we were going to get those in the car or in the van, and they just fit. I might have to drive with my knees touching the dashboard.
So you won't be doing that toe driving.
And I was like, do I have to hit cruise control and just zoom around town? I did not have to. But like straight back, knees at the dashboard, steering wheel like here. But we got them in, and those are going to go into the garage for storage until we see if we can use them up there for something. And we kind of mapped out our strategy for taking down certain things that are going to be big and difficult. We cleared a lot of furniture off, and we're going to make some furniture runs, I think, tonight, to unload some stuff into the garage. And other than we're getting down to where it's just some of the weird, clunky, big stuff, and we're going to have to figure it out. And so it's good because we have 3 days left and tonight. So three and a half days left to get out of our space. And I think we're going to do it. We're going to have to pull some long days, but I think we're going to be fine.
It's going to cut it close.
We're going to cut it close. We always do. But
no, we're breaking the cycle.
We're breaking the cycle. Well, we broke the cycle by taking a class in between. Normally, we would not have bothered to do that. We'd been like, no. So we did that. Hello, Rosie. Thanks for joining from Buena Park. Just drizzling over there. Yeah, I think that's coming this way. Cinnamon Hearts Barnaby. Barnaby's napping now. Amanda says, we just barely got above freezing and people were acting like it was summer. Hello, Danette. Did I miss the special announcement? Do you think in 10 minutes you missed the special announcement? Really?
No.
Do you know us at all?
Drag that business out.
No, the special announcement is not coming up probably for another 20, 30 minutes. Norma's eating French onion soup, but I have COVID and can't taste much. Oh, no. That's terrible. That's terrible. My mom lost her taste when she had it, and her taste changed completely after she had it. And she looked into it, and I don't know if this is going to work for everyone. We are not doctors, y'all. But my mom was eating, she loves green beans out of a can, fresh, doesn't matter. And green beans were tasting like perfume to her. And vanilla ice cream, I think it was tasting like perfume to her. And so she did a lot of reading online, and they found that a lot of people who smoked did not lose their taste during COVID, or their taste didn't change like a lot of people. And she found that some people had success taking nicotine patches or nicotine pills, the little pills that you can take, and it brought their taste back. So she tried it, and after about a week or two of taking super low dose nicotine, like nothing that's going to make you crazy or get addicted, after that short amount of time, her taste reverted back to normal. So I always tell people that do your own research, look things up yourself. But anytime somebody mentions they lost their taste or it wasn't coming back or that it changed, I have told people it's worth a try. Diane says, I will never leave my house again. Why? You don't want us to know where you are? You don't want us to know? You told me where you were.
I thought you invited us over for game night.
She was thinking about it.
Well, there we go.
Marion says, y'all keep those spiders, please.
That's called uninvited.
Uninvited, uninvited.
Aww.
Cindy is here, raining in SoCal. Hello, hello. Cindy, I think I saw an email pop up for you. You're okay. Everything's okay. I have a few, when I'm doing the shipping, I have a few specific things that I have not gotten to yet. And I think yours is in there. I hope I'm thinking of the right person, but we have it. It's going to go out very soon. This week is going to be a little bit crazy. Barb is coming back though a few days into March, so everything's going to start pumping out even faster once that happens. Chris Simmons is here. Hello, Chris. Thanks for joining in today. We're happy to have you here. Diane says, if I was wearing a plaid robe, it was me. I always wear my robe outside instead of a coat. I've actually watched a bit here and there, but haven't said anything because I've been cutting bandanas. Oh, I get it. You've got shows. You've got shows coming up. I don't know what you were wearing. I saw your hair and I saw dogs, and it looked like the side of your face. So that's all I know. And it was kind of where you said you were. Heading out of town, if you're on the right, that's where I saw you.
Don't be telling everybody.
I'm not telling everybody. I'm not saying where out of town. I'm not saying anything or how far. Hello, Donna. Thanks for joining in. Sandra says, yuck, perfume. That must be terrible. I know. To have stuff taste like perfume, not good. Oh, there's my mom. Hey, Mom. And she says, and nicotine gum. So the nicotine little pills or the gum. I think she actually did the gum. So that's something you can try. Susan is here. Hello, Susan Surreal. Thank you for joining us. Oh, Diane says, no, I meant I would never leave because of the spiders.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Like, wow.
Yes, because Diane, I didn't put that together, but Diane is not spider friendly.
I was like, I guess you don't like us anymore.
I guess you really don't. We should close the store down. Dang. Nobody likes us. All right.
I just stay in my house too.
Sandra says, I have a family member that still can't taste after a year and a half after COVID. I will have to mention it to them. Yes, please give it a try. What's it going to hurt? I mean, check with your doctor, maybe. Yeah. Nicotine is a drug, but if they can handle a little bit of nicotine, it might be worth it. It might be worth it. Cindy says, yes, it's me. No hurry. Just making sure. Good. Yeah. One thing specifically, it is the luxury bead blends. I have not gotten them all poured out and separated into bags. And so those invoices, if you have LBB invoices, those are not done. But I've tried to work on everything that time period back then, pretty well caught up. But if you have those specifically, I am behind on those because it takes a lot to pour each one out, get them all into bags. I'm waiting on an order of bags anyway, because we're using a lot of them. So those are the one thing that they are taking a little bit of time. But I will get them. I will get them very soon. Let's see what else is going on. Oops. My mom says, yes, tried. I used the lowest dose of nicotine gum and chewed a piece twice a day. By the end of the week, my taste was completely restored.
Wow.
See, it took 1 week, 2 pieces a day. That's not bad. That's a good deal. Let's see. Diane says, it was probably me, and I'm pretty sure everyone who's local already knows where I live because they see me outside my house with my dogs. Yeah. But I didn't see, like, I just caught you out of the corner of my eye, so I was like, I didn't, like, I kind of know where it is, and I kind of know at the house, but I didn't actually see your house. It was like a blur, and I was like, oh, somebody's stepping out the front door. Oh, I think it's her. It was one of those things. Diane says, don't worry, I still like you and Andrew, and you're still invited to visit whenever you want if you don't mind being yelled at by my basset hound.
I don't know about that.
Andrew's like, oh no. He says, I get yelled at by enough people, let alone dogs. Let's see. So,
In the middle.
we'll meet in the middle. We'll meet at a restaurant, right? So yeah, we went to Baltimore this weekend for my birthday. And what's going on?
He's like, she's invading my personal space.
I know. Gilbert, what are you doing up there? You're supposed to take turns, or Tallulah.
He said, get down. I'm not done yet.
Tallulah has invaded. She does that. She knows that Gilbert does not like to be around generally most other cats. He likes to be by himself often, and the little ones know that, and they invade his space if they want. They take him out of his little cat perch. They take him out of a window. Anything. If he's laying in the bed in a particular spot, they will just sit beside him until he moves, because ultimately he will run away. They're little stinkers like that, actually. But
they're like, we just want to be close.
They're like, oh, you moved? Okay, now I'll stretch out, which is what Tallulah has done in the window. But yeah, anyway, we went to Baltimore to take a class with April Wood on organic casting. And what does that mean? So we used lost wax techniques to cast organic materials. So think twigs. I did some laurel berries. I did some echinacea, an echinacea seed, the center with the seeds. I did a maple leaf seed with the little propeller, that. Andrew, however, did some other things which are very cool, and we're going to show you those. You can do plastics with these because they're like a wax. It'll burn out the same way. So he experimented with that a little bit. So it was really fun. It was really interesting. We have so many ideas on how we're going to use all this when we can, which hopefully is soon. We have to get the store moved out first. That's by the end of this week, by Thursday, actually. So if we're not live one of these days or something, that'll be why. We have a lot going on to get ourselves out of here. But we're going to try and do everything like we always have been doing. We've been doing. But just so you know, we are happy to be back, but it was a great time. We got to see our friend Kelly Russell.
Yeah,
a lot. We had dinner with her pretty much every night. She lives very close, and we don't get to see her enough. If you don't know Kelly, she used to be really big in polymer clay and PMC. She has gotten out of that a little bit, and for the last few years, she's been in the cookie world. Crazy. But there are a lot of similarities to the art she used to do and the art you do to make cookies and decorate cookies. There's a thing called Cookie Con, which we did not know. And so she's getting into all of this, and we're talking about working with her in some ways on some things. So that's all to stay tuned on. But we...
you keep your eyes peeled.
Keep your eyes peeled. We're going to be helping her with a number of things and working with her on some cookie stuff. Yeah, maybe we'll see how it all goes. We're excited about that too. And so we ate at a place called Royal Spice. It was Nepalese and Indian food.
It was good.
We ate there every night.
It was that good.
It was that good. And we ordered not the same exact thing totally every night, but we had their gobi Manchurian every night. And we did not get tired of it.
I don't know how they got their cauliflower so crispy.
Yeah, it's a fried cauliflower, like a breaded fried cauliflower, and with a delicious sauce. If you don't know what it is,
I made the sauce before,
but
it's actually ketchup based, believe it or not.
I believe it. It's a red sauce, but it was so good. So we had that as an appetizer because they didn't have a main meal portion. So we got that as an appetizer every day, and then we split an entree because the food was enough that
we left full
every night, just having an app to split between us and an entree and some naan, some butter naan bread. So it was delicious. So if you're ever in, what is it, Lithicum?
I think that's how you say it.
Lithicum, Maryland. Check out Royal Spice restaurant. It's in a little shopping, like kind of outdoor shopping mall thing, shopping center. And it is, now they are efficient. If you are not finished with something, set it aside, like at the back of the table, because they clean your table. Like you could be like putting the last bite in your mouth and they're taking your plate. It's that kind of thing. So you have to like just speak up and be like, I'm not done. I'm going to scoop this out with my bread and I'm going to get the rest. I'm going to lick this plate.
I know. I was real excited about that. Scraping out that one.
I know. It was gone before he knew it. But it is very good. It is very good. So we did that and we had our class. And did we get to see a lot of sights in Baltimore? Unfortunately not. We got in later than we planned on Friday.
We went to the Inner Harbor for breakfast. That didn't quite work out.
Yes, that was going to be breakfast on my birthday. And we got there too late to find parking. We didn't think it was too late, but it was too late.
We kept driving around
and around. Finally, we got a parking spot in a garage, ran in there. We thought, when I looked at the Yelp reviews, it seemed like just this nice little breakfast joint. It was the tourist trap breakfast joint of tourist traps.
Yeah, it was.
People were like taking their picture in front of it and in front of the sign.
And it was early,
and it was early. And so we're like, oh, this is like, we thought we could grab something to go, like they'd have a counter or something, we get something to go. No, this was like sit down breakfast. And we're like, okay, well, they had a pickup window. So we ordered on the online app and thought, okay, well, this is going to be done in time. Place the order. As soon as we placed the order, it turned the time on us. And so we checked and they're like, no, it placed your order as a pickup later order. Instead of like a pickup now order.
We just kind of sat there awkwardly.
We sat there for a while before we went up because I'm like, well, let's give it some time. It'll work through the system. Maybe we'll get it in time.
I'm like, go up there, William. Go up there.
Yeah, I didn't want to just order and then go up and like, is it done? I didn't want to be that customer.
I was going to make him do that.
And then about 10-15 minutes went by and I'm like, okay, I'm going to check on it. They're like, we don't even have your order started. It came in as a pickup later order and it was for like a half hour later. And we were like, can you please cancel? Because we got to run.
You got to go to class.
We were like 3 minutes late for class.
I felt so bad.
I know. Luckily, someone else was even later. So
I don't know if that's a good thing.
That's not a good thing, but it made me feel better.
Not the last one.
Not the last one. So, and she had not started, at least.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And so that didn't work out. But that was the only thing that didn't work out the whole trip. Everything else, smooth sailing driving there, smooth sailing driving back. Had a great time with Kelly. We actually didn't put it on the banner today, but we have some of Kelly's stuff we're going to show you and maybe you want to buy. They're beautiful earrings. Andrew's going to have to tell you about the process because I didn't understand the whole process. But she does a lot of layering and a lot of things to make these that beautiful. And they're sterling and mixed with her art. Going to be good stuff. So that's going to be today too. We're going to squeeze that in. And so what else? So we have things planned with Kelly.
We went to breakfast.
We did go to breakfast
at this place called On the Hill.
On the Hill.
It's such a cute neighborhood.
So cute, and where we should have gone every day because it was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew found that one. I am not good at looking at places to eat because I look at all the places to eat and then get overwhelmed looking at all the places to eat.
I have a gift.
Andrew has a gift for honing in on the good place. Mine, I start reading menu after menu and I'm like, oh, we could go here. And then I start looking at the map and I'm like, oh, well, this is in between here and maybe that would work. This isn't out of the way. The whole time I looked at all of them, I did not see this place. And it was right in between, right along the way.
5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah. I was like, but it didn't pop up for me. So we went there and we had these delicious corned pies, cornbread pies, chapatas.
Is that how you say that?
Or capachas, I think. Cachapas. I could be totally wrong. Cachapas. And then we had a vegan chorizo burrito, which was so good. And then we're like, okay, we're good. I got a decaf mocha. Andrew got a cold brew. And we were happy with that. And then they brought out the freshly baked pain au chocolats. And we had to get one of those each too.
I saw that from the corner of my eye. So my eyes are
Andrew has great long distance vision.
It's going. I need glasses to drive you on now. And I did not have my glasses, but my eyes zoomed in like $1 million.
He knew exactly what was on that tray.
I said, that pain au chocolat. I can smell it.
Yep.
Across the room.
Yep. It was.
So he
needed another coffee anyway. Because the first day, we didn't get to breakfast in time to even get coffee all day.
I was so sad in my heart. I'm falling asleep standing up.
But he slept good that night.
Yeah, but I slept good the next night, too.
Yeah, you slept better the next night, actually. Susan says, the food you all posted looks simply amazing. See, I didn't even know he posted things. I was so busy. Diane says, it made me feel better, too, when I was in college if I was late to class, but not the latest to class, right? Hey, Jen. Jen is with us from J&T Creations.
Giggly Gypsy.
The Giggly Gypsy. When you changing that name, Jen, change it before somebody else grabs it. You don't want somebody else to grab it out from under you. Yeah, she said you must have those. We did have to have those.
The pain au chocolat.
Pain au chocolat.
I put that in my mouth, y'all. Mm-hmm. Except that I didn't fully sneeze, but I had like an exhale of breath and I blew some of the powdered sugar off. And that was a little bit messy.
Yeah, anytime you inhaled taking the bite, it was like powdered sugar.
They were not. It was so fresh.
But they were that fresh. The powdered sugar hadn't like congealed yet on top. Like the grease gets up in there from the not grease, the butter. Let's call it what it is.
Grease,
it's not grease. It's butter.
Grease.
The delicious butter. Jen says, I did change it, but Facebook won't change it. That's weird.
Maybe because that word gypsy.
I'm the Giggly Gypsy on Insta. If you Google me and I'm changed, you can find me. Susan says, and going to be at the night market. Yeah, Jen got into the night market here in Ligonier.
Nice.
So that's awesome. She says Etsy too. I've done it twice on. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see what you're doing. Brooke says a beignet. These were pain au chocolat. These are pain au chocolat. It's
basically a croissant.
It's a croissant in like a square shape, often a rectangle with chocolate down it.
Filled with chocolate.
So, yes, we had a good time. and we
learned a lot.
we learned a lot of the exact thing that we wanted to learn.
It was like kismet.
Yeah, it was like exactly what we needed. Like right now, if we weren't moving the store,
We would be doing. I made him William. I strongly encouraged him. I didn't make him. I did make him. I carry a pocket knife, y'all. Just so you know.
Yeah,
It's
he does.
part of my Filipino heritage. To have a machete, a flip flop.
There's often a machete in our car.
And
for safety.
Not for safety, in case you get stuck where there's a lot of bushes and you gotta do something.
And for safety.
And so anyway, so there was this tree that was, because it was so warm, started budding.
Yes.
So we did a little trim.
So Andrew needed to have those buds.
And those people from Connecticut were like, oh my. But what we realized is they were waiting for us.
Yeah. So there was a couple that got in the car right in front of us, and they were under the tree. And we're like, I don't want to go out there. Me. Because of course he's making me do it.
Because he's taller.
And I'm like, I don't want to go out there with those people watching me. I'm going to cut down a little part of this tree. And it was like this. It was not like anything that hurt the tree. Don't worry. No. We wouldn't do that. It's
probably better for the tree.
But, so, yeah. So they were waiting in their car. And we're like, won't you just drive away? So you're the only people stopping me from doing this so we can get going to class. And so we're waiting, and Andrew's like, we can't wait, we got to go to class. He's like, go get it. And I'm like, okay. So I go out there and I'm like stretching and trimming the tree. And I'm like, these people are going to think we're crazy. And then we get in the car, and as we start to pull away, the guy opens his door and dumps all of his coffee. He was just in the cafe we were in. He dumps all of his coffee on the ground, on the roadway in front of the curb.
So he was
waiting for us to leave so he could dump his coffee. I guarantee it. And we were waiting for them to leave so we could trim a tree. So yeah. Cindy's sharing cachapas recipes. Thank you. We'll check those out later.
I'm ready for it.
I know.
They had cheese on it, and at first I was like, I don't know, I've never had a pancake with cheese on it. But it was delicious.
It was good. Brooke says, okay, I came in to talk of powdered sugar going everywhere. That's what I thought of first. Oh, yeah, the beignet. Donna says, ever had a beignet? First one I had was in New Orleans wearing a black velveteen dress.
Perfect.
Oh. Yeah, not great. Diane has her interview for the night market this weekend. Okay. Fingers crossed for you, Diane. That's awesome. Susan says, seriously, a machete? Yeah, we have multiple machetes. Multiple. Named Glenda. Yes. There's one named Glenda.
There's one at the cottage.
There's one at the cottage. There's one in the car.
There's one under the bed.
There's machetes around.
So just so you know.
Just so you know.
In case you come over with ill intentions.
Donna says, that's pretty smart, Andrew.
You never know.
Right?
Maybe there's some vines I have to free the car from.
Jen says they were probably waiting for an Instacart gig. No,
these were not. People is not doing this.
No, that was not what they looked like they were doing.
Nah, they were a little bit.
They were shishi.
They said so. Okay, so I don't want to disparage anybody. But anyway, so we get in there, and they kind of gave the checkout person a hard time because all of the stuff is packaged to go.
Yeah, nothing. There are tables in this cafe, and you can sit and eat. But to make it quick, in case you want to go, everything is packaged in like compostable, recyclable, nice packaging material to go.
And it's understandable because I've worked in restaurants before where there's sit-down service, and if you don't have somebody on staff just to wash dishes, you can be in the nightmare time.
Yeah.
And so she kind of gave the lady an attitude.
Because she was asking for like a real plate and
they're like,
silverware.
everything's packaged to go. And she asked again. She's like, everything's still packaged to go.
Yeah. And
so,
you could see the looks.
Yeah. And then I heard her grumble mumble.
That she had to eat with plastic. And eat out of a cardboard box. So these were not waiting for a gig.
No.
They were probably waiting for a gig to show up. I don't know.
No. They were in that bougie neighborhood.
Let's see here. Everybody's saying good luck to Diane. Suzanne says, I have several machetes.
Yeah, good.
Brooke says, my mom has a machete for hedge management.
Yeah, me too.
Jen says, I'm scared of knives.
I'm not.
He's like, I'm not. But the people on the other end should be.
Hold up, Plant William. What you doing? You're going to get me blocked from Facebook again.
I didn't get you blocked the last time.
I got in trouble for machete-related talk. So
yeah, that's right.
Let's quit it before it happens again.
You can't joke sometimes on Facebook, right?
Nah, they don't get it. I don't know.
They don't know.
LOL, they don't get it.
Donna says, I have a metal fire poker and a baseball bat.
For baseball and for
fires.
Fire management.
Right?
Correct?
Susan says, I guess I'm behind the times. I don't own a machete.
Who?
Susan
Surreal.
Says the cafe sounds wonderful.
It was good.
It was. Donna says, I'm not telling you how many machetes my son has. Cheryl says, my husband always travels with one in the truck when we camped or hiked. Yeah.
Because
forest management, right? Bush management.
Sometimes the vines get wrapped around the tires. You have to do your Brendan Fraser impersonation and get out there and chop the vines like in The Mummy.
Yeah.
Maybe the other movie.
Marion says, confused. I have a crowbar for demolition.
Correct.
So, thank you, all of you people out there. 36 people watching right now. We should only go live on Mondays.
On Instagram. The Instagram people are like, oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Let's see who's out there. Rose and Amethyst is joining us. Lima Beads out there. Friends joined us.
Kathy?
I don't know if you're still out there or not. Chris Caitlin joined. Beadin with Nicole joined. And Sophie Cook. Stoffel Cook. Sorry if I'm butchering that. I'm looking at a distance.
So we were busy.
We were busy.
In Baltimore.
And then we drove.
We were like, maybe we'll buy a house here. One of them hoopty houses. Because there's like stretches of
So the place we stayed was amazing. But it was not, it was in a transitional neighborhood. Let's say that. When
we say transitional,
it has not transitioned yet.
The building is bombed out looking.
Yeah.
But the Airbnb itself was amazing.
Renovated, like magazine looking.
I mean, I was like floored.
Yeah.
I felt kind of bad because I had recommended this one Airbnb next to the school before we knew we were going to take the class to somebody I know on the internet.
And they booked it before us.
They booked it, and it was a really good location, but it was, it's not, it's not fancy. They renovated it recently, but it was something that, I felt like they renovated it themselves. And so, it's not perfect.
No.
There's a shower in the foyer.
Not the worst we've seen. We've seen a bathroom on a staircase before.
I almost lived in a place where the bathroom was in the kitchen.
Yeah, we looked at a house where the bathroom was on the landing of a staircase.
And there's no door.
There was no door.
No door, by the way.
No doors.
Just a toilet at the top of the landing. I said.
And then the rest of the stairs went up to the bedroom.
And the kitchen.
And the kitchen.
I said, I was like, is this like a joke? Like, is this like we were on
It's like a house that probably had an outhouse at some point and is still there. And they said, where can we put a bathroom? Let's put it on the landing.
Mm-hmm. This house is
and
still
they wanted a lot of money for that house.
And
lot of
I was
money.
like, who is the ideal customer for this?
And our realtor, we're like, would they come down? They're like, that no, they refuse to come down on the price to anyone.
They're like, we know what it's worth. I said, okay.
It's a very interesting design. If
This
that's
is
what you're
for-
looking for,
This is a
we
certain.
know the house for you.
I don't know if it's ready. If it's still available.
Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody snap that
But
up.
anyway,
The desire for open air toilet.
the place we stayed was very nice, and then we started looking at places around, and it's like $10,000 for a building, like a 3-story, 4-story brick building. And now, of course, they are in major need of major renovation.
Mm-hmm.
But we're like, boy, if we could swing that, you could have a nice little Airbnb when you weren't there. And if you wanted to visit the jewelry center and take classes, you'd already have your house paid for.
Mm-hmm.
But the person we did stay, their place, she's a truck driver. And she's not there very often. We didn't see her. But they have a beautiful place. And if you're in the area and you're not afraid of a neighborhood that's transitional, it's a great place. And I will say, we had no issues.
No problem.
There was no problem. It looked a little scary. We came in at night, but no one was nasty. Everyone was friendly. It was just fine.
That's it gets a bad rap.
Yep.
But...
Places that get a bad rap, and people are just doing their best to make a living.
Mm-hmm. A lot of that is systematic racism,
yeah.
But I'm not going to.
We don't need to get into all that because our people already understand that. So we stayed there, had a great time. Saw Kelly again last night before we left. Left pretty late at night, about 8 o'clock or so.
Still got make good time. It's only 3 hours.
It's only 3 hours. So yeah, we made it home by around 11:15. Saw our cats, loved on them.
And then went to sleep.
We went to sleep. We've been going to sleep very early.
It's like, who's this?
I know. Like we're going to bed by 10:30, 11 for class days to get up by 7 or 7:30 to get ready.
Granted, the first night I couldn't sleep, so I went to bed pretty late.
Yeah, you did.
I
was like 11 o'clock out.
I went in the closet and had my little area set up.
Their closet was a walk-in closet.
And so I made myself a little mini studio.
And he was doing some enamel stuff.
The drawing on enamel.
Yep. Lennis has just made friends with 5 ladies from Baltimore at a wine tasting. Nice.
Oh, good.
Susan says, I live in a somewhat transitional neighborhood, and it's usually very quiet with the rare exception, but weird things happen everywhere these days. Yeah.
I know. No, even the nicest of neighborhoods stuff happens. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're in a very nice, what people consider a very nice town, and things still happen here. So
still come visit us if you.
Yeah, of course. Donna says a shower in the foyer.
That was my friend got to enjoy that.
Yes.
I don't think she really appreciated it as much. But I was like, but you know what? That's so cheap. How you can't even what you paid for a whole week, you can't even get for one night.
Yeah. And she didn't have to drive. We had to drive every day.
I said I paid $14 for parking.
Excuse me, everybody.
For the Inner Harbor business, and you don't have to worry about that.
Right.
So, anyways, so we had a great time.
Yeah, we had a really great time. We are brimming with ideas. We just can't wait to get started, and we can't quite get started until we get the store moved completely.
So there's that. So,
but it's getting there. So,
are you ready? Show them our stuff we made. I can't wait.
Should we talk about the special announcement or show them the stuff? Let's show them the stuff.
Well, no. Do
the special announcement. Okay. So before we show you what we made in our class, because I'm already facing you, it'll make sense. Okay. So we know, and this is not like some crazy special announcement, but it's a special announcement. We know that a lot of you are in our Allegory Gallery Design Challenges group. All right. And we know that most of you watching here probably already share what you make oftentimes, right? And we appreciate that. And we also know that group has, I think, now over 1,000 people in it. And we do not see a ton of different people posting things. We know that it can be a little bit intimidating to post into a group if you're new to the group, or, you know, if you're new at jewelry making. And we were thinking about this, and we were like, what's some kind of thing that we can do to try and bring out this, and also, you know, so that people can find other people, people can you know, talk about their creations and talk about each other's creations, and what's pretty much another way to bolster this community and to rally this community that we have in the Allegory Gallery Design Challenges group.
You know, the other thing is that we're talking about the reveals that we used to do, the monthly reveals for the kids we used to do.
Yeah.
And it got me to start thinking, like, getting nostalgic for that. And for how lovely it was for people to share and to root each other on.
Yep. Yeah, the reveals were always a push of love behind all the creativity that people were doing.
And even before we had the store, I mean, Susan can tell you, because she was there. On my blog, we used to have this thing called Readers Challenge, and folks from all over the world would participate, and it was such a wonderful thing. Everybody was super encouraging, and it was so lovely to see all of the different things people were making.
Yep. Danette says, yes, I'm intimidated to post, and you're here all the time with us.
Yes. So we were talking and talking on the way home.
And we're like, what can we do? How can we bring this to like kind of the modern, like what we're doing? And so what we've decided is we are starting a thing called Meet Your Creative Community. And so we are planning a reveal day for March, I have it over here, March 22nd. It's going to be Friday, March 22nd. That's about a month from now, give or take. And what this is going to be on this day, this is the day, and we hope that you will get in the Allegory Gallery Design Challenges group once we announce this, and really, you know, throw a lot of love in the comments once we post the announcement, and let people know that this is happening. Let people know that you want to see their stuff. You want to make friends in this group. For all of you who are like super already, you know, big posters and makers in that group, please encourage others. We need your support on this to go in there and really comment and kind of get the energy going for this, because we're going to do our best on our side. But what it is Meet Your Creative Community. On March 22nd, we're going to ask as many people as possible to post something they've made. Of course, you know, we have to have something. So we're going to say any of our kits. So if you have one of our kits, whether it's from before we started the store, before 2011, because Andrew used to make kits way back when, if you have one of those, use it. If you have kits from years ago, use them. If there are new people in the group, you don't have kits yet, you can grab them in our online store. We'll give you some links. The kits are not that expensive. There are kits that range pretty much. We have a good range of kits. We're going to be adding more kits to the online store as time goes on, of course. There are kits right now for sale in the Andrew Thornton Project D-Stash group. So you can get kits there. Those count. It's just something so that it's tied to Allegory Gallery, because it's our group. But that's the only thing that we are saying you have to do. You can make jewelry. If you're a painter and you want to embed beads in your painting, if you want to make shadow boxes, this is a time that even if you're not a jewelry person, because we know we have people in our Design Challenges group who are not necessarily mostly jewelry people. They might be polymer clay people that found us at some point. They might be painters. They might be, you know, a whole range of different things. So you don't have to make jewelry. This is just something that is going, you just have to use components of a kit or multiple kits. You can post 50 things if you want. Maybe you're getting ready for a show and your show is after that date and you're using components from our kits. You can post as many things as you want to get feedback on them, see how people react. It's a great way, I think, to get a larger audience, kind of eyes on your stuff to see what people think and if it's going to be something that you want to tweak before you get to your show. Maybe you are intimidated to post. We're hoping for a flooded timeline of posts, right? Of all different styles, all different things, all different levels, from complete beginner. Maybe you just learned how to string yesterday. Make something, put it in the group. Maybe you are an advanced jewelry maker and you do metalwork and soldering and all that. Use our beads, put it in the group. We want to see everything. And so this is a chance, that reveal day, that Friday, meet your creative community. We want you to go out there and post on each other's posts, get to know one another, really make this, you know, kind of like a convention, kind of like a virtual convention where you can get together, you can meet people, you can learn where they're from, what they do. So
that's something that I miss is that back in the day when bead shows like Bead and Button were really popular and still around, everybody would like wear their jewelry and you would be like in the elevator and you'd make friends with random strangers because you liked what they were wearing.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
we would love to have that happen again.
And as time goes on, if this is something that works, we may pick to do this every 6 weeks, or we may do this more often throughout the year. We're going to see how the first one goes. So we're really trying to drum up a lot of energy for this first one, and we hope that people enjoy it. And maybe we'll even have a Zoom thing with it at some point, or we'll see how people feel.
People can wear their stuff.
People can wear their stuff. We can get to know each other in person.
Or wear and share.
Wear and share.
And or I hold it up in front of
the right. Marianne is like, please, Danette, don't feel intimidated. Lena says, I love that. I don't blog much anymore. I really enjoyed seeing what people would make with the exact same kit. Everyone's like, Danette, please don't feel that way. Dennis says, you're a wonderful group. I'm so glad to be a part of it. Cheryl says, some people may be intimidated because it's a public group. Seems to be more posts in private sharing groups. Just a thought. Yeah, we've thought about making it private.
We do have moderation so that, you know, that cuts down on outside people being nasty.
Yeah, we cut down on that. I get that, you know, anybody can see anything in the group, even if they're not part of the group. But if you're worried about people being nasty, if they're not part of the group and they start commenting, even if they are part of the group and they start commenting and it's nasty, we cut that out. They get booted right away. We've thought about turning it private. Once you turn a group private, though, you can't go back. You can't go back. And so I don't know, like, I don't know. That's a hard decision. We've tried to stay public. And I know maybe that does intimidate some people, but just know if you are one of those people that, you know, if you're afraid that somebody's going to say something who's not part of the group or who comes in, we do try to moderate it very well.
Or if you need some kind of like witness protection program business, you can always just send a picture to us and we'll post it.
We can post it for you. Yeah.
Because I don't have a problem sassing somebody back.
No, he does not.
In the slightest.
Lena says, comments matter more than likes. Facebook will show the post to more peeps in their feed. Yes, comment. Does it have to be kits only? I have mainly gemstones from you.
For this particular thing, yes.
This thing, we are asking that you have a kit.
Because that's how this started. as a kit reveal.
Yeah, it's kind of going back.
We're doing a throwback, y'all.
It's like a throwback. So you can mix the gems as long as you have one kit and you're using it.
You mean you don't have one kit?
You've never bought one kit?
I sold some kits for $5. You don't have a $5 kit?
Yeah, as long as you have a kit, you can mix everything else you have from us with that kit. We're just asking you to use one piece out of that kit. I got this from that kit. You can make 6 things if you have 6 beads from one kit. So yeah. Susan says, I usually mix kit items with non-kit AG items. Is that acceptable? Yes.
Sure.
Yes. The kits are made specifically. They're not made to make a specific project. They're made to mix with your stash. So that's the whole idea. And that's
also, here's another thing. Don't ask questions. You're not going to be wrong.
Right? It's that kind of
questions. Then we
get to answer it.
Grow.
Right? Yeah. Just as long as you have a kit, mix with it, share it in the group. I think that's another thing about our group, that people are sometimes intimidated, or they feel bad about posting if they use things from other people, if they didn't use just AG stuff. And that's not what it's about. Now, we want you to use something AG in your design. Mm-hmm. But when you post in our group, you do not have to post exclusive AG designs. As long as you use something from us.
No, because we're not like that.
We're not like that. Now, do not, start using this as your own selling group. And do not start using this to broadcast another business more than us. That's a good way to get kicked out. But we make kits to mix with your stash. That's the whole point.
I mean, we do it.
We do it all the time. We don't just use our own beads all the time. The group is not meant to be that confined. So please don't feel like it has to be. All right. Cindy says, sound like fun. I make all sorts of things. I hope you'll share all sorts of things on March 22nd. Just grab a kit from us, and you'll be able to do it.
And like normal, keep posting if you want.
Yeah, you can post. You don't have to wait until this day and post, but
that's the big day.
This is the big day. This is going to be a kit reveal kind of day. You can post all the way up into that if you have other things like the gemstones, and like Sandra's asking about, she has a lot of gemstones from us.
I know you got a kit.
But you can post in the group every day with your gemstones.
Yeah, go ahead.
We encourage people to post all the time. What are you doing up there?
Oh. She blends in.
What are you doing back there, Miss Idabelle?
Blends in with the night.
She is the night.
You just see some eyes.
I know. So yeah, let's see here. Anne says, Anne-Marie Donovan, this sounds wonderful. Is sculpture something I can share?
Sure.
Yes. And by the way, these are all things that you can share anyway. Now, you do have to, like I said, use something from Allegory Gallery in your sculpture. All right. And for this one, it has to be a kit. But if you're sharing sculpture in the Allegory Gallery Design Challenges group on a random Wednesday,
I do.
Andrew does. As long as you use something from us in that sculpture, we want to see it. That's the thing. I think people do think that the group sometimes is just about jewelry and is just about all AG beads. And that's not the spirit of the group. The spirit of the group is to use our stuff. Yes, we want something of ours in the design. That's what makes it our group. But we want to see how you mix that with other people. We're not those people that are going to like try to ban every other business from being talked about. That's not the way we are. Suzanne says, just kits or other AG items. And I'm probably answering this. I'm probably back behind on the comments. It is not just kits. It has to include a kit. So there has to be a component from a kit in your designs, but you can use other things. You don't have to build one thing out of an entire kit, for example. Right?
It's like how we did our reveals before. You can use as much or as little of the kit as you want.
Right.
We would have people, they would design a whole collection from a kit because they were bigger.
Yeah.
And so some people, they made 20 things and shared on the reveal days. Some people made one, but they put like maybe one bead that is the only thing from that kit that inspired them, and that still counts.
Yeah. Dennis says, sounds like a great idea. Donna says, I love this idea. Cindy says, some groups have a separate group where everyone posts their stuff to the group. Yeah, we don't want to get into, we already have multiple groups and
That's what
multiple
this
pages.
started out as.
Yeah, this group, the Allegory Gallery Design Challenges group, our main group was the group that we use to post designs to, and it has grown from there. We have enough pages and enough things to run. So this is the group. You post in the group. The group is about making community. It's about sharing your designs. It's about sharing your love of designing and creating. There's no reason to have a separate group for that. Everybody can just hang out and do all that good stuff in there. We have, as far as some people have a selling group. That's usually when they have a separate group. They also have a selling group.
No, I can't moderate that.
No, we do our stuff here.
If you all want to do that, like have a market or something, and are interested in that kind of thing, email us at info@allegorygallery.com, and we can run through what we need to do on our end to kind of figure the logistics out.
For what?
If they want to have like a thing where people sell their stuff, like if Harry wanted to sell his raku beads in our group or whatever, we can, or Sandra wants to sell some of her gemstone creations. We can think about that, but it's something that I think we're going to have to really think about it, because we used to have a group.
We used to facilitate that.
Anybody could post anything ever, and we would get so many emails, at least 20 emails a day about complaining. And I just don't have the bandwidth in my heart to deal with that. And I'm being honest. I just can't deal with people complaining about stuff that does not have anything to do with me. So
that's the reason why we don't generally allow selling in the group. We will every once in a while, if you're a follower and you're a big supporter, we allow you to share your business name. We often do that.
Because we want the rising tide to raise all boats.
So we've never, we've shared Harry's. I'm sure we share Sandra's, or let you can share your name in the group, your business name. We don't shy away from that stuff generally. You do it every day, all day. That's going to be a little bit of a talk, but we believe the rising tide raises all boats. And if you are buying stuff from us to put in your creations, then we want you to do well.
Yeah,
that means more business for us from you, because you're selling your creations. So we do not mind that. And we do not generally make completed jewelry pieces for sale. Sometimes we do, but that's not our main thing. So if people are buying those from you, it's not taking business away from us.
No, but like we said, that's something that we have to cross that bridge if people are interested. That's
why we don't allow selling posts in the group. But if you mention your business name every once in a while, we don't generally have a problem with that. Cheryl says, hopefully anything posted is used with some item from the shop. Got to support AG. We appreciate that. And yes, that is the spirit of the group, is that you can share what you make, but we do hope it has at least something from us.
Yeah, because otherwise then we're throwing a party and you're eating the food and you're not.
You've just party crashed is what you've done. You're not part of it. You're not part of the community. You didn't get the invite. You just crashed the party.
Eat up all the food.
Right.
And not contribute conversation.
Jen says, we can do a Saturday tutorial on something with kits Jen style. We can do something like that. We've been finding some stuff, Jen, we're going to be giving you to come up with something with too. As we've been
creative challenge.
Yeah, it's going to be a Jen creative challenge for a Saturday morning, because we have some stuff we're finding bulk of it, and we're like, let's try and sell some of this, and if people want to buy it, it'll be available then, because a lot of people have been asking in the Saturday morning tutorials, can I buy this? Can I buy this? Can I buy this? And the answer is often no, because they are meant to be a vehicle just to inspire. But to appease some of those people who really want to buy something, we're going to give Jen some creative challenges, maybe.
If you choose to accept the mission.
Right, exactly. Donna says, well, I've got a bunch of pieces I made with y'all's kits. Share them all on March 22nd. Share them all. Or before, but we want March 22nd to be like, we want it to feel like a festival, like a big convention festival, like people are chatting with each other and messaging each other and getting to know each other and sharing their stuff. We want the timeline just to be full of so much stuff all day that no matter when you tune in, you're going to see something new. That's the idea. And we hope that we can have that happen. And we hope you'll help us with that. Let's see.
So how's that for a good announcement?
You like that announcement, everybody? We went up to 43 people watching. We're down to 31. Maybe you're done. You heard the announcement. You're done. Lenna says, I'm still in the middle of making something from AG Halloween kit over 5 years ago. Wow. Hang on to it and post it on March 22nd.
Let this be the fire that encourages the making and finishing. And if you don't finish it, nobody gonna know to zoom in on the part. You know?
Yeah.
No,
you didn't have a clasp on it. Take a picture that's lower than the clasp, the toggle area.
Do you think that every picture in a magazine is like perfectly
finished?
Pristine? No, I saw some. I used to be a tech editor, and I would get these things where I would see they just made just enough for the picture, and then they wrote the instructions for.
Yeah, it wasn't always finished.
So
Donna says, I've never seen a troll in the design challenges group.
Yeah, because we get rid of them.
We get rid of them pretty fast, and usually if they're reported, we get them pretty fast.
Even faster.
Right? Yeah. So if you ever do see a troll, report them to us, and generally one of us will see that notice pretty quickly. Sally says, oh, I love AG Halloween kits. I hope we get to see what you are making. I want to see what everyone's making. We hope we get to see what you make, Sally, too. To find a kit, can we use a mix? Can we use a luxury bead blend mix?
If it's in a kit.
If it's in a kit. Some of the kits come with luxury bead blends. If you bought luxury bead blends separately, no, those are not considered a kit. So a kit is something that is on the online store or has been sold with the name Inspiration Kit, Design Challenge Kit, has to have kit in the name.
More questions we ask.
I know. I know. You keep asking questions. We're going to make more rules.
Soon you're going to be like, you must use this and you must use
I know. This. My email is going to get more and more detailed as we go.
Oh, no, don't do it.
Jen says, I need to use those labradorite mushrooms from the Halloween kit. That'll be great. A kit from way back was all green, and now I love green. Awesome.
Oh, nice. I knew.
Cheryl says, I'd be afraid that would take away from AG sales. Which part? Which part?
Using other people's stuff?
Using other people's stuff or putting your business name in there. Now, like I said, we don't sell generally completed jewelry, so we don't worry about that. We're a component company. Most of you know that for the most part. I mean, we have completed jewelry. You know, beads, art, jewelry. That's our tagline. But
I mean, if it's okay with us, then that's
don't worry about it.
You know, if it's one of those things.
If you were there to only self-promote, though, that's where that line gets.
No, but we want all of our people to feel healthy, wealthy, rich.
Yeah.
Get that bag.
Right. That's a song if you don't know.
I am editing this.
Yeah. Yes. It's a fun song. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am rich. I am that.
BITCH.
Right. We want you all to feel good about what you're doing and what you're sharing. We want everybody to feel good. Like there is nothing like, and I know even we do it, but it's our group. We're allowed. But I know sometimes we post too much about selling things in the group. So if somebody's in there constantly just trying to sell their stuff or promote their own business, that's when we have the talk, right? Because some people don't know. Some groups are very open, and sometimes, you know, you don't ask, you do it until somebody tells you to stop. we kind of have rules in the group, and I think a lot of those rules in the group mention a lot of this stuff. So that's what we want. We do not mind if you share your stuff that you make, as long as it has something from us. You're promoting us too, even if we don't sell it anymore. It's like, you use that aquamarine from us, you made a bracelet, put the bracelet in there, mention you have it for sale. It's okay.
You got this stuff from us.
Yeah, just make sure that you mention that you got the stuff from us and that we sell beautiful beads, right? Yeah.
Who knows? We may feature you on our Instagram.
Yeah, when you tag us on Instagram, if you have your Instagram account open, we often share on stories and not usually on posts, but on stories and sometimes reels and things like that. But a lot of people who share our stuff do not have open Instagram accounts, so we can't share them.
We don't do that.
It doesn't allow us. So Jen says, you just pumped me up. Good. Anne says, I think the kit reveal sounds fun. I have a million AG kits. I'm thinking of a few I got during one of the Kitapaloozas. Yeah. Were you in the Kitapalooza? Let's see what you can make with those kits.
I want to see it.
Dawn is pumped up about it. Good.
Jump.
Let's see here. Lennis is saying maybe one weekend is a sales weekend only with rules like 10 listings per person, deleted by Monday. Maybe. Yeah, we'd have to consider that. If
Lennis, you can be the first moderator.
Oh boy.
Thank you for your volunteering.
But yeah, I mean, if there's enough interest, email us. It's up here. Email us if you are interested in possibly selling through the group, and we'll discuss it. But it would not be a component sale. It would be a jewelry sale for one, because we do the components, y'all. That would start to take away from what we do. But we'll see.
Even I would be flexible on that, but that's why me and William have to sit down and talk.
Right. Yeah. Let's see here. Sweet. Bring it, says Jen. Awesome.
Let's see them.
I think I'm really behind on the comments. Sandra says, I don't know anyone that has done that. All the beads from the group look familiar. That's good, right? Jen hoards the beads, right? Yeah, sometimes you have beads like the stuff you used in this past tutorial. People were asking for them like crazy, and I went into the store and I looked, and those were antique check glass. We didn't have any more.
I found some. But I'm gonna be quiet.
He didn't really.
I did too.
Donna says, Lordy Harry's Raku pieces are incredible. I know, we've sold out of those. Those are gone.
We are stacked.
I know. Anne Marie's, would you consider a community offering occasional pop-ups, i.e. sharing tips, offering info, and a quick class?
Sure, maybe.
Maybe. If you want to record with us and do some tutorials and stuff, we might be into that too. And if you'd like to do some interviews with us, we might be into that too. Email us, info@allegorygallery.com with your proposal. We have a lot of stuff once we move the store that we have plans for this year that we're trying to do. And some of that may happen, some of it may not, some of it may take longer than we think. But we used to have Allegory Gallery interviews, our podcast, and I would love to get that back in some way.
I really enjoyed those.
Yeah. We just, it came at a time that it was harder to do. The pandemic hit. We took a break and just never got back into it really. So, but they were super interesting, I think, and I think we can make them even better. So that's definitely something, that you want to share a quick tip or something, we might be able to work something out. Email us.
Especially if it features our stuff, then we're always...
Yeah, how did you use our stuff in an interesting way, or do you have a tip on how to use something? You want to show us how you painted our wooden pendants, things like that? I mean, you can always share that in the Design Challenge group.
You want to give me free content? Sure.
Right? If you did a wooden pendant and painted it, you can always share that kind of stuff and let people know how you did it and what you did. That's part of the sharing of creativity and knowledge in our group. That's what it's about.
You're a good egg, Anne Marie. I know that you used to. You are very well, highly regarded, and people always, whenever I talk to them about you, always spoke very highly about how you're very hospitable to people coming to visit. And I'm not going to go into specifics, but they were spoke very highly of you.
Good. Marianne says, I have a number of kits I haven't used anything out of yet. Now's the time. March 22nd is the date. Susan says, I have things left from Halloween kits. My inner goth shall be unleashed. Awesome.
Do it. Let's see it.
Donna says, great announcement. Michelle's just joined in. Hello, Michelle. Donna says, OMG, I love the Halloween kits.
Me too. Those are some of my favorites.
Jillian says, so Desert Discoveries wouldn't count.
The what?
Is that the Tucson treasure boxes we did? No.
That's not a real kit.
No, those aren't kits.
Some of them had kits in them, so.
If there was a kit, really, those are not. Yeah, those were strands mostly. No, you want a kit. We gotta have a kit. Gotta have part of a kit. Has to say kit on it. Some way. Kit. Yeah. So there you go. Lena says, I volunteer as tribute. There you go. Jen says, challenge accepted.
Oh, good.
Good. Sandra says, I have a lot of my beads packed for the move. I just ordered a kit, so we'll have to wait for that to come in. Yes, we're going to try and get this stuff out, especially because we know we made this announcement. We want to sell some kits too. So tell your friends if they're interested in getting into jewelry, this will be a great time to, sorry, Ida Bell is purring against the stand here.
Y'all done get a little bit motion sick. But one thing I will say is just now that we're in the middle of the storm move, so some things are a little bit slow. We're still shipping every day, even though we're moving stuff.
Yeah.
But there are delays. So
yes, there are delays. If you're placing an order because you want to do this with a kit, put that in the notes. And I'll try and get it out ASAP. But this is also why we're doing this and letting you go back to even before we had a store. We're not saying you have to use a new kit. We're not saying
if you go in them readers challenges from $14.92.
You got it. Use it.
See it.
Yeah. So
I'd actually like to see some of them old kits.
I know.
I forgot. I mean, we have made literally thousands of kits, and because we used to do one every single month, sometimes more than one a month. Sometimes we would do 10 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the day, we would have, or Kitapalooza, we did over 100 kits.
Yeah, we did. We did that multiple times.
So we've made thousands and thousands of kits. And so I don't even remember everything that we've done.
No,
so
it's impossible.
It would be lovely to get a refresh.
Jen says, you interviewed me when I was green and camera shy. Oh, yeah, for the Allegory Gallery Interviews podcast.
Now you broke in.
Now you're broken in. Now you could do it, right? Well, maybe we'll do a part 2 for Jen.
We'll do
since she's changing to the giggly gypsy anyway.
Where are they now?
Where are they now? There we go.
Ida Bell, you're going to get kicked out.
I know, Ida Bell, you're getting bad. You're getting bad up here. Let's see. Love the interview, says Teresa. Oh.
She's like, got what I
wanted. Now I can go. Donna says, I have a stash of Harry's pendants. I tend to hoard them. Good.
All right, let's see them twigs.
Hold on. I'm going through the comments. Seriously, yo, they have so many kits. I've seen them with my own eyes, made some, touched them, licked them. Well, maybe not lick them, but I wanted to, right?
Who's this?
Cindy says, bye, gonna go look at your kits. Thanks. We have some seed beads coming up, and we have some earrings from our friend Kelly Russell. So that's what we're going to
look at our twigs.
Plus, you're going to look at our twigs.
Don't be pooping on our twigs.
I'm not. Nobody's pooping on anything. Anne says, I'll be ordering a few kits. This is a great opportunity to push ourselves forward. I'm in. See you soon. Thank you. Let's see. There are still lots for many of the early tutorials I did with them. Projects in a bag. Yeah, there are some of those available. I don't know where those are now sometimes. Cindy says, I'll be back. Good. All right. Okay. Amy says poop talk, of course. Right? Has to happen once a week at least.
Well, don't.
Kitty pop-ups. Yeah, there was a kitty on my shoulder. Kitties. Okay, Barn. I love you, bud. It's time Daddy has to do his work. Okay.
They are literally surrounding.
They are. Look at. I don't know if you can see. There are two in the window. One coming up on my lap again. Barnaby just got down.
I'm gonna have to do some.
They love White Daddy. They love White Daddy.
They don't love me. We've established this. They're like, White Daddy, I love you. And me, they're like,
I am the food bringer and the toilet cleaner. So that helps. If somebody's bringing you food and cleaning up after your messes, you better rely on that person, right?
Mm-hmm. Then I don't do any of that.
All right, flipping this camera around. If this will let me do it.
Are you gonna put that thing?
What thing?
The placemat.
Think we need that?
Yes.
Okay. He says bronze looks better on blue.
Oh no! We don't
get
that glare.
If I can get this the right way, I just de-haired it today too.
Oh my gosh! For a weekend, my clothes did not have any cat hairs.
That's not it.
For one weekend, I had no cat hair on my clothes. It was.
I had this
pretty. No. All right, y'all are making it so that it's you're creating your exit.
Okay. I think we have less cat hair on this portion of. Yeah, our Airbnb came with a lint roller.
It's like they knew.
One of these, and it was amazing because we don't buy these for ourselves, because
they get filled up too quick.
Yeah, there's no point most of the time. People know we have cats. We look like we have cats. It's all right, but for a weekend we didn't have cat hair everywhere, which was kind of wild. Cat hair is magical, says Suzanne, right? It is. It is. All right.
Turn around and hand me that one.
Which one? This one?
No.
She's being good. She's being good. Oh. She's always being good. Why do I gotta leave? All right. Gertie. Okay, so you want to see what we made in our class, everybody, and the kinds of things that are inspiring us to make things. We made a lot. Here's a sprue. Andrew, of course, made the most. He had the most amount of metal he had to pour.
It was double.
I'm going to show you my things because I think Andrew's are more interesting.
No, your things are cool.
But I'm going to show you mine first.
William, as usual, was top of the class.
What do you mean?
You finished all the stuff and got everything ready and helping other people. Yeah. I'm over here slowly working.
Okay, where are all my things? I did this, and this. Okay. Show and tell. All right. So first thing is this. What is this, you ask? We should have the original. Do we have any of the...
I'm not going in the car.
Near the car. So this was originally a cardamom seed pod. And it did look very similar to this. And so this is a cardamom seed pod.
We haven't finished anything.
No. Everything pretty much is at the point where it's sandblasted. We've not turned it into jewelry pieces or anything. I don't know if I will with most of mine.
Why not?
Maybe. We'll see. Anybody want to buy a cardamom seed pod in bronze and wear that? I don't know.
Have a little bell.
Yeah, we could put it
look nice.
A little bell, put it on a chain. I don't know. I don't know if people like that or not. What do you think?
Nobody likes spice?
Nobody likes spices?
I know. I've bought in a cast.
Suzanne says, yes, I do. Then this, anybody guess what this is? No, you're not going to guess probably. This is a walnut shell that's been sliced.
Maybe that's not all. Is that walnut? Is
Is
it
it?
all walnuts? Because there are other seeds in there too.
Thought this was a walnut.
There were walnuts, and then there were peach.
Oh, maybe this is a peach pit. I don't know.
There were a couple that weren't walnuts in that one.
It's either a
Anyway,
walnut or a peach pit that's
we
been
had some
sliced.
vintage slices that they polished.
Yeah. So that was that. Star anise would make a great piece.
Somebody in class did it, and they said, "I don't have anything. It's cold outside. I'm not gonna go and look." I said, "You got a spice cupboard?" And so this is before the class started, and they're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Go dig around in there. See you got anything in there?" And they found some star and anise, and I said, "Use that."
Right. This, you probably all know what that is.
Whirligig.
Yes, a maple seed pod, maple tree seed pod.
We call them whirligigs.
I've heard that before. So this is a cast bronze. It's all bronze. These are not electroplated, by the way. This is full bronze. And this, I think I will definitely probably turn into a pendant and put a little bell on the top. Helicopter, says Jen, right? Yeah, we used to call them helicopters too. Gutter clutterer, says Amy.
Okay.
That is definitely a gut.
Also, hashtag truth.
Right. Susan calls them helicopters. There you go. Next up, I made this.
Can somebody guess what it is?
Can you guess what this is? Anne says, I love your bronze things. Thank you. So this is not as soft as it was, but these are pretty soft yet. I haven't tumbled them. They said, April said putting it in the tumbler would harden these up. I'm afraid. She also said, yeah, she also said it wouldn't damage them, but I don't know.
You did sit on it, so.
I know, I did kind of. Jen says clover. No. Marion says teasel. No. Donna says looks like the head of a thistle.
Getting closer.
No. So this is really, let's see. Anne says Anne-Marie, I feel like I've been invited to a beautiful group, while Amy calls it gutter clutter. For me, it screams fond memories, right? Yeah, we used to play with those all the time. My brother and my cousins, we'd throw them up and just watch them come down. Dandelion? Nope. So this is really the head. Hold on, my screen just went dark.
9 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
I know, right? This is the stem and the head of a coneflower or an echinacea plant. And we get these left in our garden.
That's from our garden.
This is from our garden or from our flower bed. And it is the seed pod from an echinacea flower. So that, and here's the bottom. Donna says, OMG, that's so cool. I know. I was hoping that these would be stronger because I don't think I could actually make like a pendant out of this, but it would be so cool as a pendant, I think. But it's really spiky, actually, too. Just like the seed pods are. They're actually really, really spiky.
I'm surprised that turned out, though.
I know. There aren't as many of the things on it as there were on the original, but for it to have come out this good, I was amazed. Because I did not think. And another thing I didn't think was going to come out are these little dried up little berries.
Mountain
laurel berries on these stems. And look, there's some that are not on there. The stems are just there. It looks like the stem. It just looks like the thing, right? But this is in bronze.
Some of the berries popped off.
Yeah, I popped off one of the berries doing the work, but which is right here. I can't actually tell where it came from. I don't know where it came off of.
In theory, you could add it back on if you want.
Yeah. So there is. I think this is my favorite. It's a toss-up between these two. on my favorites. Donna says, wow, I love the mountain laurel. Thank you. I mean, they look just like those little berries, and it came out so good.
They're also known as rowan berries.
Rowan berries. Yeah, Andrew had all this stuff that he collected, and we were able to cast. So that's that. Suzanne says, my favorite is still the cardamom seed. Like that one?
You like spice?
Right? She must like the spice. Yeah, I sawed this off, so I'm probably going to attach a bail on that one. We'll see if anybody wants it. So this is what I did. Those are the 5 things I was able to make in my little canister. And hopefully you like this stuff, because we're going to be making more of this kind of stuff.
So I came up with an invention on the car ride too. Because one of the things was that I kept knocking the sides of my stuff, putting my flask on, taking it on and off to measure it. So I came up with an ingenious idea of how not to do that. For more information, join our Patreon.
Right. And Marie says, when you say it's in bronze, do you mean color or actual bronze? These are actual bronze. These are
lost wax.
It's lost wax. These are fully, there's no organic material in these anymore. These are fully pieces of metal. Completely pieces of bronze through and through.
And they started off as little pellets of bronze.
Yeah.
And now
they are pieces of metal in the form of the things that we made. So these are solid bronze through and through. Terry says, great job, William. Love them. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Donna says, William, these are amazing. I appreciate that. Susie, our neighbor, amazing. Thank you.
Are you proud of us?
I was sharing with her along the way.
Oh, good.
And love those pods and plants. They are perfect. Thank you, Cindy. All right, so this is mine. I'm going to move it over here so we can make room.
That's done attached.
Marion says, not what I call rowan. That's a mountain ash tree to me.
They're around here, those are different.
All right, let's start. So Andrew had a different take, as he often does. And what's a good one to start with? Maybe this one? Maybe this one. So this one is Andrew's take. Now, Andrew used plastic baby dolls.
And vintage plastic.
And vintage plastic creatures.
So I sawed off their heads.
He sawed, for this one, for example, he sawed off both heads, took the baby doll head,
and put it onto the bird.
Onto the bird body with wax, and created, what do they call it? Chimera?
Yeah, but this one is called Bird Girl.
Bird Girl. Susan says, I'm so proud of you both.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cindy says, love that baby doll hen. Right? Love the chicken boy. So there's one.
I guess I shouldn't gender it. Bird baby.
Bird baby. Anne Marie says, wow. Donna says, OMG, I love the baby doll head in the bird body.
Keep going, William.
Jen
Keep
says,
going.
Andrew. Here's the next one.
So this one have a baby doll body.
Little baby doll body.
A flamingo neck. A crocodile head. And a crocodile tail. Welcome to my menagerie.
With those little baby doll hands and feet. And then you got the crocodile head, flamingo neck, and the crocodile tail.
It's like an exquisite corpse, if you know what that is.
And then
got a little baby with a horse head.
Donna says, oh Lord, that's so freaking cool.
And I didn't have time to finish grinding off because I had double the work, everybody. Some of the people started cleaning up, and it was like an hour before the end. I was like, I can give you some work to do if you want.
Brooke says, the face and neck look almost pterodactyl-like. Yeah, it does, right? And this is a baby body and the horse head. Pretty sure those are Silent Hill enemies.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. Awesome creature, says Marianne. That's an amazing conglomerate, says Cindy. That's the word to use. There's that one. And then they get even tinier.
I love this one.
This one has the baby doll body and the bunny head. AG Creature Shop, says Amy.
Correct.
You didn't know what kind of creatures were planned for that, right? Jen says, you just created a new toy line.
I made a whole bunch of these too. These are
the ones he could fit.
And I could have fit more. I just ran out of time.
Yeah.
Because we had to have it flashed up by the end of the day.
The first day.
And I had about maybe 10 more of these little creatures.
Sally said, these are so fun. Welcome to the brain and imagination of Andrew.
Just wait.
Anne says, whoa. Donnie Darko, says Suzanne.
I'm not done yet.
Brooke says, it's a famous horror game series.
I think I saw the name. Oh, that's where they made him like super buff, right?
Cindy says, make pendants of these.
That's what these are.
That's what these are. That's the plan.
Some of them might be like little lapel pins in case you want to show your angry duck baby pride.
Anne says, these creatures are a whole book. See, this is why I saved Andrew's for after mine. Mine were just basic castings. Andrew went wild. Look at that. Jen says, William, we need to make shorts instead of tutorials on Tuesday. If we need to do it, we'll do it. I don't mind short tutorials. Oh, you mean like shorts, like YouTube shorts. I don't know about that. We got to stay on the programming.
All right. So I did the whirligigs too.
Yeah. So here, let me show you his.
But we had an accident. So this, the buttonhole for mine was too small. So some of the metal poured out over the side.
Yeah, some of his metal didn't get down in
the hole.
And
so that made them like this, which I don't actually mind.
No, they're kind of cool. So he did those.
Those will go with.
Let's move this out of the way. So these. This little baby.
With the bird skull.
The bird skull. So can you imagine?
So those were going to be on the back of the baby.
These will be on the back of the baby.
Little Icarus.
Donna says, OMG, a skull. Suzanne says, love it.
Oh.
It looks like it's flying too. Look. Wow. Put its little arms out.
Maybe I'll make it so it's like a mobile.
There you go. Susan says, I want a bird baby. Love those. I see a necklace with a bronze helicopter and a bronze crocodile baby. That's my talisman, says Anne. Andrew always goes wild. Let's keep it going, Andrew, says Anne Marie. Cindy says, amazing what you guys came up with already. Susie, our neighbor, says, I love the duck. Yeah, that duck one. That one. That one. That is really cute. All right. And then this one is the last one he was able to do.
I need to help it.
And it didn't get quite finished yet.
I wasn't able to cut it off the screw, and some of the legs broke.
The legs broke off.
So I have to reattach them.
Let's reattach it. But this baby's pumping iron.
I said, I didn't know they had babies flexing.
I know, right?
This one's Centaur.
Donna says,
baby.
Oh, I want him. Children's nightmares, love them, says Cindy.
That's perfect.
Right?
I don't know. That baby's face is friendly. Look at it.
And Marie says, a midsummer's dream.
Look, that baby it's proud of its physique.
Yeah, it is. A baby centaur. Susie says Sagittarius. So there you go. That's what Andrew made. Angry baby centaur, says Marianne.
It's going to show you its muscles.
I think that's it, right? That's it. So that is what we made. And so these are some of the things that once we get our setup going and get the move done, we're going to be coming up with and selling. How about that?
Because I didn't have time to make my own stuff. So that's why I use the baby dolls.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're quicker to kind of collage together. A lot of my work is based in the ideas of collage. So it's taking two or more things of disparate backgrounds and merging them together in one form. So whether that's through paper or painting or jewelry or whatever, this is kind of indicative of my work, even though it doesn't necessarily always look like my work. Because I don't really do a ton with like baby dolls. So I guess now I do.
Now you do. So would you buy any of these, anybody? What do you think? Is this something that you want us to offer?
I hope.
I hope, because I think this is what's going to start happening. Let's see.
I want to have a Star Cottage Studio line where it's all things that are found from the cottage.
Yeah, we got a forest back there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. My mom says, very cool, love them. Cindy says, love dolls. Suzanne says, big capital yes. Susie says, yes. Donna says, yes. Michelle says, fascinating, Andrew. Cindy says, oh, I love them. Jillian says, so cool. Teresa says, I would buy them. Anne Marie says, I love Midsummer's Dream. Susan says, OMG, big capital yes, exclamation point. Totally loved Bird Skull Flying Baby, says Jen. Amy says, a charm necklace of creatures.
This is going to be expensive.
They are not, these are not all like.
This is a lot of work, y'all.
It's a lot of work. And this is more of a high-end kind of finished kind of line.
But if people like it enough, then we may be able to get them made in pewter.
Mm-hmm.
And so that way, it
these
keeps
are
the cost down.
With what we have, we will be making more kind of one-offs.
But these are all one-offs. There's no duplicates.
Yes.
Like
we can make molds and make, if we find something we like and we really want to reproduce it, but they're still not mass produced.
No, that's all handmade.
It's all handmade, and they're going to be hand finished and all that good stuff. Jen says pewter. We'll see. Ronnie says, so creative. Andrew channels Dr. Frankenstein.
I'm not mad at that.
Right. So this is what we've done in our class. We're hoping to have kind of a botanicals line, like Andrew said, from the stuff at Star Cottage throughout the seasons,
or wherever we find along our walks.
Yeah, when we go for walks, but we'll have seasonable items come up, and once that season is over, you won't find those until the next spring, for example.
We did have some new ideas about how to do some of the more dainty ephemeral stuff.
Yeah, we're working on. Andrew has lots of ideas. Cindy says they're all completely wonderfully enchanting. Brooke says, or Dr. Moreau. Cindy says, love botanicals. Jen says, daffodils. Cindy says,
they're too big.
Daffodils are big for what we'll do, probably.
Maybe dwarf iris.
Yeah. Cindy says, I can send you California pods.
Yeah, I'm not afraid.
Yep.
Maybe I'll go and pick them myself.
Oh. If we start making enough of these, Andrew's going to take trips. You never know. So that's what we made. Hopefully y'all like it, because that's going to be some of the next big things coming out of Allegory Gallery. And let's just say we can do this stuff in bronze, but we can also do it in sterling.
And we can do it in gold if you got the money.
If you got the money and pay in advance, we can buy that gold and do it for you in gold. But we will be starting off mostly in bronze, because that's
budget friendly.
Budget friendly for not only us, but for you. But we may make special editions of things. Like I said, we could, if we find this is like, we want to make this over and over, we could make molds of some of these and make multiples like this. But they're still not something like, we're not sending them to a caster to be cast in pewter in very large quantities. We're still hand making each one. So that's a possibility. Cindy says no gold money yet, right? Susan says ginkgo leaves.
Yeah, maybe.
Those are pretty big though too, but it's a possibility.
In theory, we just use a bigger flask.
Yeah.
But that's more complicated. But
The flatter things, the flatter and bigger things are, the harder they are. So like that's like these, because they're flat and long, and you saw some of Andrew's metal didn't get in there, and it has to deal with surface tension and all that stuff. Sometimes the metal doesn't spread in flat, thin things. So leaves, petals, they're harder, not impossible.
This one guy did a periwinkle.
He did such a good job on that.
And it looked great.
Yeah. Cindy says eucalyptus plants are interesting. Susan says sterling. Yes. I know, right?
The other thing is that these are just the base ideas of it. So imagine putting this little one on top of a ring.
Yeah. They could be rings. They could be pins, brooches, pendants.
These ones I think would make really cute earrings, actually, because they're small enough.
Yeah, super cute. They're light enough, small enough, make them into little earrings. You want a set of earrings with a bunny baby and an angry duck baby? There's a set of asymmetrical earrings right there. How about that? So things like that. There's lots of ideas brewing, and as soon as we can get out of the store that we're in now and get our systems set up, we can start going to work. Really, we have pretty much everything we need to start this work here. Even the metal here at Star Cottage Studios. So it's happening. It's happening. This is not something we learned and now we have to wait forever to get to work on.
I do want more silver, so if you want to buy some stuff so I get silver money, then
you got to start with the bronze.
No,
you never make the silver money.
You never know.
He says you never know.
If we do well in the shop, then maybe somebody give me some silver money and I'll make a silver, and then I will be so fancy.
Anybody want to watch through the Tucson gemstone shows again and buy some more stuff? Give us some silver money and we'll go crazy.
Oh my gosh, imagine this like a little carousel of creatures
in sterling
or wherever. It could be, I could make electrum, silver mixed with gold. I could do shakado, which is copper mixed with gold. It turns purple.
Look at that, everybody.
Oh my gosh, they could have little aprons made out of mokomagane. They could have little clothes.
Little clothes.
I was like, I'm going to get in trouble because I was like putting little boobies on.
Yeah, he was. Boobies and butts.
And I was like, this baby's butt is too small.
Suzanne says, what's wrong with copper?
Copper is not as easy to cast. So it has to have something to make it a little bit easier to cast. But we do have an electroplater. So
yes,
we can do electroform stuff in copper. But it is harder to cast. But it can be done if it's shibuichi, where you add a little bit of silver to it.
Copper with silver.
And it makes it a little bit more castable.
Yeah. Cindy says, I was thinking clothes. Suzanne says, thanks. Cindy says, love the bronze. I think the bronze is beautiful.
And the bronze can turn any color we want, too. That's the other thing.
This is all of these pieces are in this stage where they've just been sandblasted clean.
None of them have been finished.
None of them have been finished, polished, tumbled, any of that. And so they could go from a matte finish to a shiny finish if we wanted to.
I can do patinas.
You can do patinas. You could bring out the natural pinks in it. There's some pink. There's some pink in there. You can see. So these are just in the state where they've been completely cleaned and dried and sandblasted.
I could make the babies red.
Red babies.
And it would be a stable finish too. What?
All right.
What?
So the other thing I wanted to.
Babies.
The other thing, which is not as exciting, I know. But
it's my artwork. I'm excited.
She says, I'm excited. We haven't released it yet. We kind of released it. Our March Tumbler. If y'all missed that on the show we did before we left for Baltimore, this is the March Tumbler. It's not in the online store yet, but you can request it via email. I'll probably have it in the online store tonight. I already got the pictures this morning. But this is March's limited edition tumbler. And if you'd like to get that, you can get that in our online store soon, or send us an email that says March Tumbler, and we can send you one out. They are $24 for the tumbler, and they are BPA free. This is the lid. It has a locking, closing lid. And yeah, they keep your stuff cold or keep your stuff hot for hours and hours and hours. Ask the people who have them, they'll tell you.
Now, one thing we also wanted to mention is that unfortunately, our official opening for our store date has been potentially moved back.
Yes.
There are things that are kind of outside of our control, so we just kind of have to roll with it. But what we are allowed to do is like a pop-up sale of different things in the interim.
Mm-hmm.
So we may be having on weekends in March, we'll be having pretty much like an indoor yard sale.
Yeah. Collections of things that we're not selling, or furniture that we have around that we've collected over the years.
Because I have a lot of small furniture.
Yeah.
Because I used to redo the windows all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have a bunch of like little tables and chairs,
little
and
decorations and things that
apothecary chests.
Yeah, like stuff that we're just going to be clearing out. So, and we might bring in books from our house. Who knows what we're going to bring in? But DVDs, books, things that we're trying to clear out. So we're going to have like mini yard sales, but indoor type of things, some weekends in March, very possibly up at the Johnstown location, until we get everything moved and done and all that.
And that'll allow us to meet the neighbors also and get in contact with more of the people.
Yeah. Oh, Jen has to leave. Says I got a tutorial to plan. It's tomorrow. Yep. And I have to break skull. Somebody moved my peanut butter. Uh-oh. Good night.
Where'd they put it?
I don't know. What are they doing with that peanut butter?
I don't know.
Amy says apothecary chest. What?
It's true.
So who knows? Who knows what we're going to have?
Small one, big one, colorful one, wood one.
I don't know if I'm going to let him sell those. We'll see.
Well, you're not the boss all the time.
You're not the boss all the time. All right.
Here,
so
let's do this.
Let's get to the actual sale today, which is not the seed beads yet.
So you didn't know. It's always a wild ride about the allegory gallery. Right? Hang on, y'all.
So this is lot KR1. And if you'd like to purchase these, take down that lot number, send it to us in an email at info@allegorygallery.com, throw it in the subject line. If you put that in the subject line by itself, it means you want to claim this lot. If you have a question about something, please put question about in the subject line.
So as some of you know, we had the opportunity to see my friend Kelly Russell while we were in Maryland. And so she said, do you think anybody will like these? I said, I don't know, but we can try. Yeah, I think they're beautiful. So the bezels and ear wires are sterling silver.
Yeah. And
the inside, she's done this alchemy of layers of resin and metallic iridescent films. And there's polymer clay films in there too. She does a thing called making veneers. And so
I don't know how she does what she does.
It's pretty magic. So, and then for only $38
a pair. And there's a sequin, usually a vintage sequin of some sort in the back. So these will let light shine through.
It's almost like a stained glass window.
Yeah, like you can't see it here. Like you can kind of see it. Let me bring the light up. So can you see? Oh, I don't want to blind everybody. There you go. So if you're wearing these and it's bright, you don't have long hair, you have short hair, you can see through that. And she put a little vintage sequin in the back, so you'd have some interest when things shone through, when the light shone through.
Also, if you're not 100% on earrings, just take the ear wires off and use them as pendants.
Yeah, they're beautiful little pendants.
Or charms or whatever. You can have best friend charms.
Yep. So that is KR1. They're $38 a pair. And again, this is like a trunk show. So every piece sold. A little bit goes to us, and a little bit more goes to the artist.
I hope more than a little.
Where is it? These were in these?
Yeah. Get ready.
Whoops.
Are you ready for the color explosion?
The color explosion. Yeah,
Here,
there's
just
not just...
hand it to me. I do.
Okay.
That way we're not here all night.
Because you're so slow.
No, but we do have
We have
a
a lot
long
to go.
night
Yeah,
ahead, and we haven't touched dinner. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready to receive that in my mouth hole.
This
That
is
sounds wrong.
This is KR2. Let me show you these.
It sounds like when they're saying WKRP.
I know. I haven't seen that show in a long time. So this you can see how it looks like.
Oh my gosh.
And then when the light shines through, you got that really interesting star kind of sequin in the back. There's what it looks like on the back. But look at that beautiful...
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what she does. That voodoo she do.
She has this magic way of making things like colorful and iridescent. She's probably one of the smartest material people that I know. I somehow like this random thing that like
We
two
call her the
people
craft
know
encyclopedia.
about, and she knew, and it's like, oh, I did that before. You need soy milk to get that to stay, and I was like, do what?
Yep.
And she's like, yeah, you runs that business in soy milk. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yep. She knows. You think Andrew knows a lot about stuff?
She knows more. And now she knows about them cookies.
Yeah, now she's working on cookies. Somebody who can do this is getting out of jewelry. Like,
I know. Well, it's one of those things. She's got a lot of interest, and
yeah.
I can't fault her for that.
No. She's following her passion right now, and it's cooking and cookies.
I know. Do it. Did you love the star sequins on the back of those?
I love those.
We're at front, we're at back. Make yourself happy, or treat yourself. Treat yourself, or treat someone else. Imagine you got this as a present. There'll be somebody will squeal with delight.
I know.
Maybe.
Like, these are great at $38. These are great for those, Secret Santas you want to stock up for. You're going to have one at your workplace. Get it now. $38. That's less than like $50. A lot of those are like $50, $45 maximums. And these, a sterling silver pair of earrings with beautiful color. Like what?
And she does these in layers too. So there's like 25 steps to make each pair.
Yeah, this is not just, I shouldn't say just, it's not like dichroic glass. This is a special formulated thing that she's
came up with.
Yeah, and created these beautiful, beautiful colors. And I should
have the email open.
Have the email open just to see. I don't think we've sold any of these yet.
Maybe people are waiting to see their favorite color.
Because there are a lot of different ones. But I will let you know if any come up as sold, as long as my email's working. Michelle says, never seen earrings like these before.
I know.
No, you've not. KR4.
And we were talking, I've known her for over 20 years, y'all. It's hard to believe that is...
I know, right?
We started talking, and I knew we had to get on the road. It was nice to catch up after, because we haven't seen her since before the pandemic. And before the pandemic, she's coming over every couple of months or so.
Yeah, she was. Marianne switching to the TV says, have a good night, everyone. Have a good night, Marianne.
You're going to still be here in spirit, but not in chat.
Not in chat. So this is KR for Kelly Russell 4. KR4, $38.
Yeah, such beautiful colors. Like that's
I love these little sequins behind it. You can see the little O's, little baby O's. I think those are some of my favorites.
And then the front is almost like a sunset.
Oh, they're so beautiful. They are so beautiful.
She's like so beautiful.
I know. Like if we had these out in the sun or in a window in our store.
One thing I would say is anything that's got colors like this, you should probably not store them in the window. And
yeah, direct light.
Yeah. I always treat stuff like a watercolor painting because things with bright colors generally, I don't know if they will fade or not, but I don't want to risk it. But
it's like opal.
Yeah,
Those are like opals in there, and it's not opals. She did that. She made that. Have you ever seen anybody make that?
No.
Without foil?
I don't know what she does.
I don't know what she does either.
There's some kind of witchcraft of delight.
I know.
But they do glow, and I don't know if they're coming across on the internet as lovely as they are in real life.
Yeah.
So it was so nice to chat with her and catch up, and we have so many big plans. Just wait.
Just you wait, everybody.
And some of them you can see the sequins a little bit more, you know?
Yeah, there's
and
one.
Some of them are a little bit more opaque.
There's one of those stars again. And then look at those colors.
They're so juicy.
Yeah.
Like a magical fruit weeps its juice of glory.
So stunning, says Sandra. I know. And can you imagine? $38? And they're sterling. They are sterling. Like, honestly, really, this could be in a high-end place, and these could be a lot of money. Because you're not going to see stuff like this. But she doesn't believe in that.
Well, she has something for everybody. Like if you want one of her pieces with rubies and gold, then you know, if you want to kick back $5,000, she's got that for you.
Yep.
But she also has these amazing values, so that you know, because I can't afford one of her big pieces. I love them, but I have one, but that not like 5,000 maybe, but so anyways, it's a great value, and you're supporting a wonderful artist who's transitioning their career. I think it's so important to support our fellow makers. You know us, we always want to support our people. Yeah. And she's been one of my people since the beginning.
Yeah, she's a big supporter of ours. She's a big defender of ours. She's good people.
They're almost, she tried to get me hitched up with her son.
Yes, she did. She wanted Andrew to be family, blood family, well, marriage family. And that was before they knew me. Don't worry, she's not trying to get me out of the picture.
No, I think you're just added on to the kids. She told us, she was like, now you're one of my kids now too.
Yeah. Anne says, I own one of her pendants I got from you. I can't believe I actually get to own it. But yes, it was affordable. That always amazes me. Beautiful earrings. Yeah. Lena says, these are so affordable. I know her art is always labor intensive. I loved her pieces for the art of the bead too. Yes, she does the process. Like, she's not afraid to shy away from process.
She loves the process and materials, and it shows.
Yeah. She gets some great end results.
That, you know, she doesn't get the credit that she deserves.
No.
Because I know people, I'm not saying anything negative about their work or whatever, but they are very successful, and, you know, that's great and everything. But I also know that she doesn't get the credit that she deserves all the time.
No. She deserves to be seen and have her name out there. And she's good people.
And people who know what she's capable of, the people who know, respect her highly. because she is a very talented and knowledgeable craftsperson.
Yes, she is. So again, if you'd like to claim any of these earrings tonight, take down the lot number, send it to us in an email at info@allegorygallery.com. KR9 is up next.
And no discounts on these because they're already...
These are a trunk show for one.
And they're already very affordably priced.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Yeah, Andrew tried to tell her, you need to go up in price. And she's like, no, that's fine where it is.
Because I know how much work's involved.
Yeah.
That's hours and hours of work.
Yep.
And those ones, I love those. They got little things inside.
They really look like opals or like
I'm thinking interstellar. We're gonna go.
They
into
are
the
like that,
nebula.
but they look like fossilized, ammonites.
We're gonna go into the universe, y'all.
I know. Some of these are very cosmic.
We're gonna go into the voyage of the magic realm. You're gonna channel all the Doctor Strange. We're gonna get on the Star Trek. We're gonna see Brave New Worlds.
Maybe those were just all too small for y'all.
And we have one pair of the large.
We have one pair of the larger ones.
I hope these sell because she was a little bit hesitant, and she was like, I don't know if your people will like these or not. And I said, I'm sure there'll be somebody show up and want to have that gorgeousness.
Right. Hey, Dale's here. Hello, good evening, Dale.
So aren't those lovely? They're like arrowheads of delight.
Yeah, they are.
You're going to channel that energy from the cosmos, put it down through your ear chakras.
Danette says, the earrings are stunning. Sadly, I don't have pierced ears. Remember, these could be pendants.
Or you can swap the ear wire out for
clip-ons.
Clip-ons if you want.
Yep. But these could easily be pendants in your work, too. Remember that. So there you go. And for $68 for 2 pendants, that's even a better deal.
Yeah,
honestly. Or $38 for 2 little pendants? Put them on a chain. You think you can't make your money back?
I know, that's a deal. Less than $20 for original artwork.
Sandra says KR10, love those, the big ones. Yeah.
Aren't they nice?
Like, I could see these priced a lot higher, but she didn't want to do it. She said, I hope people like them. I hope people buy them. It's like, I want them affordable for people.
All right. So let's do some seed beads. So if you're local, you probably saw some of this. We're only going to do size 8s tonight. Otherwise, we're going to be here until infinity and beyond.
Yeah. These are just some that we took down off the wall for the move. And we wanted to see if you want some seed beads. The pricing on the lot papers is your price. These, you'll see other pricing on here. Andrew's giving you a discount. All right. Let me move this down a little bit since we're getting into seed beads here. All right. This is SB for seed bead 1. SB1. There are 3 of these lots available. These are the matte metallic blue slate gold iris Mayukis.
So these are all Japanese seed beads.
Yeah, these are all going to be Mayuki.
There's a couple that are not,
is there?
But most of them are Japanese seed beads. They're designed to be consistent. Now, every once in a while, there'll be a weird one. Don't use the weird one. Pick it out. Save that for some fringe.
And if you're going to ask us what number these are in the whole number, I don't have that. Because we give them our own number when we make a scanning tag.
So those are beautiful. They've got kind of a bluish green.
I love these.
They've got an iridescent vibe to them. And
we have 3 tubes at this price, special price that we're offering up. Instead of $5.50, they're $4.40 a tube. All right, SB1.
All right, moving on.
Moving on.
Oh, I see somebody got one of them.
2 people got some earrings. Thank you.
Thank you. That'll make her so happy. I'll tell
Yeah.
her that tonight, and I can just hear it now. She'll be like, "Oh, Andrew."
And that's 9 and 10 have sold. Thank you so much.
Yeah, she'll be so happy. I'm
I
so
know.
pleased that I'll have some good news for her tonight.
She didn't know we were doing these tonight.
No.
So she will be ecstatic. SB2, $7 a tube instead of $8.75. These are matte metallic steel blue luster. And they look like this. We have 3 tubes available at that special price of $7 that we're going to offer.
And I love this size. This is
Andrew's go-to.
I love it. I like 6s and 8s because you can still see this business. It's not micro mini.
Right.
You don't have to. I mean, maybe you like me, you're gonna have to have a little extra help, but that's not that's not like a 15.
Right.
You can still see it with the naked eye.
All right.
You don't need to get the microscope out.
SB3 is this one, which is the matte metallic sage green luster Mayuki. Instead of $5.01, Andrew's brought the price down to $4 for you. 2 tubes available at that price we're offering.
And there's 20%. That's not nothing to sneeze at.
Oh, that's the 20%? Is what that comes to?
Kind of,
20%
around.
off. Cindy says, I don't know how I worked with 15s and 11s.
I don't know either. No, 11s aren't too bad, but they are small. They're smaller than the 8.0s.
Get down to 15, though. That's
the
pretty
15,
small.
That's a little bit intense. I only do that if I need to. Like if I'm doing where I need to cinch it, then that's what we do. All right, here go.
Next up.
We're doing the greens right now.
Greens. Matte metallic dark green iris Mayuki. Michelle says, I love working with 11s.
Yeah, those are good. But I like these because even if you're not a seed beater, you can still use these.
Pretty much most of Andrew's demos that he's ever done are with 8s.
Or
6s. Jermaine says 15, 11 are my favorite go-to sizes. Whew. Getting small in the 15s, I know. These are $5.50, originally $4.40 per tube. There are 3 tubes available. There's 3 on here.
Oh, some of them I forgot. Okay. One thing that I will say is that you can use these, if you're not a beader, like seed bead weaver, you can still put these as spacer beads. These have such beautiful color, and they've got the iris on them. So they've got a little bit of extra, like, iridescence and flash to them like that. And so even put this, imagine this in between quartz beads.
Oh, we sold numbers 1 and 2 of Kelly's earrings too. Thank you so much. And 7.
Wonderful.
So 9, 7, 10, 2, and 1 are sold.
Oh, thank you.
And Cindy says SB4, love that color and have these in cubes. That's a beautiful color, right? Beautiful color.
Yeah, these are nice. So imagine those though next to some quartz beads and using like a colored flexible beading wire like Softlex. You can do all kinds of things like play up that color and it changes it. It can take like a boring like clear bead and just like give it a little that razzle dazzle.
So this is matte metallic patina iris Mayuki seed beads.
I love the irises, y'all.
Jermaine says, since I just logged on, I'll have to watch the replay to see what I missed. Hello, Jermaine.
Yeah, you missed
a lot. You missed a special announcement. You missed some beautiful earrings so far.
You missed our casting.
Our casting. First ever casting that we've done ourselves in class.
With the help of April Wood, a very talented artist.
Super talented artist.
I aspire to own one of her pieces. They have a thing called Ornamenta coming up,
This
and they
one,
do an auction of people's
oh,
stuff. And I may do that thing where I like wet my hand and then touch people's hands when they try to touch it.
so they can.
Be like this,
Uh-huh.
and then they recoil with
Lick
horror.
the pen.
Pretty much. I'm
Um,
not afraid.
so these ones we do have some of the numbers on. At first, sometimes our label printer allows us to do big labels, and sometimes the big barcodes don't work. It depends on how it's feeling sometimes. So some of these you will see that they have the numbers TB8143. These are chartreuse, transparent chartreuse. Only $1, if you can't see that, $1.80 a tube. That's a great price.
And some of the prices are from before.
Way before.
So
These are not. Some of these are very not current. We tell you a lot. We're not a seed bead store. People don't come to us for that because we're not known for that. So sometimes our seed beads get bought and then they sit for a long time.
or we put it in a box.
Sometimes they get put in a box too.
Because I got some delicas that got put in a box.
Yep.
And
so some of these prices are very old prices. So there are 7 tubes of these available. Andrew has here $1.80 a tube only. $1.80 a tube. If you want more than one, by the way, put SB6, for example, in the subject line and put ×3 if you want 3 of them. Or ×7. That's a good price. Just get all 7.
And
Ooh,
these
this
ones,
is an old tube here. These are the old barcodes. When we first started the store, these are probably been around since then. They'd have to be. Probably got put in a box. We didn't even have labels that stuck to things.
dude, this is not the oldest.
No, the oldest is
was
handwritten.
I
But
used to handwrite all of the labels on all of the things.
when we very first though got our scanner, our barcode scanner, we didn't have. These are printed on paper, cut out by hand, and then taped to the tube.
And the tube is reused because we have no money.
We didn't have any money, so these are recycled tubes.
Not like somebody like licked it.
No,
It was
no,
like,
they soaked and got clean, and the labels had to come off. We did all that work.
But like sometimes I'd make a mix, and so I'd end up with a bunch of tubes.
Yeah.
And so, that's before we could afford tubes.
Right.
And
we started off, and when we say we started off with little money, we mean it.
I mean, we stretched that dollar. You can't.
Cindy says they were glass tubes when I was little.
And we got some of those.
We got some
too.
of those that we've picked up along the way, the vintage ones. So these are size 8 Miyuki matte transparent yellow AB. And these are $2.80 a tube instead of $3.50, which that's an old price because I know that's an old label. That's probably in our last store sometime. Maybe the bookstore store.
I don't know when we started doing that.
But
maybe probably the beige store.
I think the beige store. When I came in, I started making barcode labels for all this stuff. So that I started in the beige store.
I taped this though. I taped all those.
You probably helped, but I was making barcodes.
I know. Probably. Well, I made you make the barcodes because I didn't know how to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he would print out a sheet before he'd go to work, and then,
Yep.
And Allison probably.
Right. So these are transparent light topaz, size 8. They were $2.25 a tube retail for us. SB8, $1.80 only. $1.80. There's only 1 tube of these available.
Now this business from the first store. I know this is from the first store because this is not because that's my friend's handwriting.
There you go. Michelle's saying this looks small for 8s.
That's what they are.
That's what they are. We're not lying to you. All right. So these here, that's the original. Like, look, this
This
down
is
there.
before us.
This is before us, and this is how some of them were left for a long time.
Because we did a buyout of a store. My friend, she closed her store, and we bought out.
That's one of the ways we started Allegory Gallery.
Uh-huh.
And so they had these labels, and we're like, we're just going to keep those labels. These are dark coral. Dark coral. What's LN? Lined?
Mm-hmm.
Lined crystal.
So the inside's
is.
got the color, and then it's got clear on top. So it makes it almost like a magnification.
Mhm.
And they kind of have a weird glint of light because they're lined like that.
Yep. So these are Miyuki 8s, dark coral lined crystal. And this is 8-226, for example. That's the number, if you know those numbers. So there you go. There are 2 of those available at $1.68 only instead of $2.10, which is their old price, probably from
12. Wait.
2010.
She had it was closed 2 years before we opened our store.
So 2009.
So this is 2009 prices.
2009 prices plus 20% off.
So
Pretty
here
much.
you go. Basically free.
$1.68 a tube. SB9. Whoops.
Now this not Japanese up in here. This not.
This one is not Japanese.
No.
No. So these are antique Venetian.
People done had wars on this
Size
business.
8 White Heart Cherry.
So these are old beads.
These are old
This
antique.
Not new.
No, not new.
But they were washed, so they look new.
Mm-hmm.
But old.
So $2.50 originally, down to $2. 3 of these tubes available at that price. 3 of these tubes available.
And it's kind of a tomatoey, orangey red.
Yeah, they got that white heart, that white lining.
Which makes them a little bit brighter.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, SB10. Andrew's it's like, let's move on.
I'm hungry, y'all.
Me too.
My stomach, you may hear in the background, but wow.
Tube 8 matte metallic brick, red Miyuki seed beads. They were $5.50. They're now $4.40. 2 tubes at this price.
There's contemporary prices.
Right. Those are more contemporary pricing, obviously.
Here, this one, you want to go back in time? We'll go back in time. We're going to turn back time with this one, next one up. We're going to turn back time, y'all.
SB12. There we go. You see those little bottom stickers again. These are 8-141F, and they are a matte, transparent ruby. $2.35 back in 2009. Now $1.88 in 2024. I think there's something wrong with that, but here we go. We're moving them out. If you want them, here they are. Now's the chance to get them. SB12, that matte transparent ruby color. 3 available at $1.88 each. Oops. Next up, SB13, $1.88 also. This one
Is in between.
in between. So this is the Miyuki 80. What's OP? Opaque. That's right. Opaque red.
And that's a opaque.
Opaque.
There was this person in this class, and they kept calling opaque, and I was like, "Where's the G?
There's that opaque.
It's a P, not a G."
They're correcting me. I'm like, what? I know what it is. Opaque.
I'm gonna be like, "Huh? Don't bristle."
SB14, $2.80. 80 matte opaque red again.
These are matte.
These are the matte. And that removable label didn't come off.
No, sometimes they don't.
So that's $2.80 instead of $3.50.
You don't have to worry about that.
Don't have to worry about that.
All right, we break them from the reds, y'all.
Moving into some blue. Opaque periwinkle. Mayuki seed beads, they're $2.64 originally, down to $2.12. 4 of them available.
That's a good price.
That is a good price. Matte opaque periwinkle.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Something's coming up.
These are pretty. I love this color. Don't you love that color? I love
This
that
one,
color.
move aside, periwinkle.
This is move aside.
This one, the King Daddy. Of course, I like these, so maybe you don't like. Maybe
right.
you like the other one.
These are metallic dark raspberry iris, 8.0.
You know, I like the
Mayuki.
iris.
They were originally $10.75. They are now $8.60 a tube. Look at those. Let me see if I take them out. I don't want to open too many of these.
Yeah, we'll be here until infinity and
beyond. But look how pretty those are.
I love those. They're like metal, but they're not.
Yeah.
Oh, these next ones. Okay, these one new favorite.
New favorites. So there are 3 tubes of these available. SB16 at $8.60. Andrew's pushing me along.
Yeah, because I saw new favorite. This Kelly Russell color up in here. This one, next one. I know she'd like that.
This is metallic dusky clay in AB Mayuki seed beads, originally $10.75, $8.60.
But they have like a pale pink, gold,
yellow, blue, green. They're like all the colors, pastel-y beauties.
But you know what I'm talking about? It's got that kind of like, you know, that's her flavor. I know she likes that flavor.
So that's SB17, $8.60 instead of $10.75. 3 of them available at that special price only. Some of these we got more, but we're only letting some available at this price.
Right. These ones, I like these too.
These are nice.
They're a little bit
metallic
more
dark olive.
Yeah, you may not be able to see the green as well.
No, it's harder on screen, but they do have that beautiful olivey green color. Let's see. I'm trying to see if they come up on my display when it comes up here. We're a little lagging behind over there on Instagram.
But you can kind of see it.
You can kind of see it.
You know, you're not going to get the best picture of this. They look better in person.
Always.
All of these look better in person, just so you know.
Right.
And one of the reasons why is because you're looking at them through a tube, through a lens, through a tube, or whatever.
Right.
And so these ones, you know, that's what happens.
That's what happens. SB19, $4.40 instead of $5.50. Metallic chocolate Mayuki seed bead.
But you're saving 20%, so there you go.
Yeah. And this is just like we're doing this. Like we said, what do we do today? Let's do some seed because we were packing them up. So we're like, okay, let's do these. These generally don't go on sale.
No, we hardly ever have sales in store.
Yep. And we don't offer seed beads online. So there you go. $4.40 instead of $5.50. That's that metallic chocolate Mayuki seed bead SB19. There are 3 of them available at that special price only.
All right, I'm gonna warn y'all. All right. So during the pandemic, y'all know they had this thing called supply shortages. And so we could not get the tubes that we usually get. And so these are sold by the weight. So it looks like the tubes are not full.
Right.
I cannot tell you. I have these gold ones that I ordered.
We have tubes that are like full to like here.
With the gold ones, like the 24K gold. And people are like, this one's empty. And I was like, that's how it's sold. I don't have a special tube that is micro mini size.
Yeah. They're done by weight.
And also, I was like, the other tube, if I had a full tube, that would be over $120. So would you like the full tube? I can put them, I can scoop them all together and put them in a big tube for you.
People ask for these things, but sometimes they don't know what they really want.
Because it's expensive. It's got gold.
So this is metallic gold iris Mayuki seed beads, $5.50. No, $4.40. 3. Well, now we have 2 of them available. Somebody claimed. Now we have 1 of them available. So 1 of these available left.
They're so pretty. I love those. They've got that flash. You know, if you like the Mardi Gras colors, that or like you're doing something very like regal and metallic or kind of like
peacocky.
Yeah, a little bit like that. I like that. You know I love an AB finish.
SB. Hopefully we're not going too fast for y'all, but we're hungry. SB21, $4.40 instead of $5.50. These are the opaque gray Mayuki seed beads, matte. Look at the. I love these. I think they're beautiful.
They're just different than the other ones, but they're still lovely.
Yep. These are. I mean, and remember, these can be used as spacers. They don't have to be. If you don't know how to seed bead, you don't want to learn how to seed bead, you can use these as spacers. In your projects. There's nothing wrong with that. That's in fact what a lot of people in our store use them for.
Or just string them all up. All together. You got those little thin bracelets. Those are so popular right now.
Yep. And there's 3 of these available, SB21.
You know that Taylor Swift, my friend Taylor Swift.
Your friend Taylor?
She liked them Taylor Swift bands. They like them thin bracelets with them letters and stuff.
So these are a little bit darker. They're the matte gunmetal Mayuki seed bead, NATO. $5.50. No, $4.40. And we have 3 of those available at that price.
I wonder if I'll get in trouble for saying that
gunmetal.
Taylor Swift is my close personal friend.
Right.
No, I don't know her.
If anybody who knows her is watching this, I would be dang surprised.
You never know.
And if they do,
from Pennsylvania.
And if they do, why are you not buying jewelry for her here?
Maybe they do. You know.
Sandra. I don't know why I always say Sandra. Sandra. I love the idea to use as spacers, she says. Yeah.
You know what? You can change a look completely depending on the spacers.
Yep. And these are glass. They're not plastic. These are nice quality Japanese glass seed beads. So they're not going to downgrade your projects in any way.
No, these are the Japanese ones are all graded out too. So they're made so they're consistent so that when you do a bead weaving project, they all lay right. Some of the check glass ones, they're a little bit wonkadoodle, you know, a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. And for something, that's fine.
These are all 3 different.
Oh, they're 3 different kinds?
Yes, and 3 different prices.
Oh, well. Oh, well. None of those gets weight.
So this one was, I don't know if that's the right one.
Wait, which one? How much is that? $2.20. That's this one. Right?
That's this one. Sorry, everybody. We had some bags that have multiples in.
I didn't see that.
So this is Smoky Amethyst is really what this is. SB23, Smoky Amethyst. $2.75 originally, down to $2.20. Dark Smoky Amethyst. If you saw that one before, does not count. Michelle says, does this sell me no more buying them? No. We're just no more buying delicates from you. No.
You can still buy them.
You can still buy them.
We just are selling these because we want to sell them.
Yeah.
And make money to pay our bills.
Yep. Dark Smoky Amethyst. These are TB8-153. If you're interested in the number, we have the number on that one. Next up, we have Dark Metallic Raspberry. Ooh, I love these. When I saw these come in, I love them.
All right. You're going to have to do Dark Metallic Raspberry.
Yeah, Metallic Dark Raspberry. Why? What is that?
They're just different bottles.
Yep. They're the same thing. There's different bottles. Bought at different times because they're different prices.
Yeah, that one we must have bought this one later.
Yep.
Anyways, all right. So
okay, so this is SB24, $3.40 instead of $4.74.
Have a creepy baby doll intermission.
Creepy baby doll intermission.
Yeah.
We could end there. That's okay.
All right, let's just finish the 8.
Okay. Creepy baby doll intermission.
Make it talk.
I was gonna say make them dance, make them talk together. They're gonna creepy baby doll dance together. So if you missed these, if you're just tuning in, I think Jermaine missed these.
What number did we leave off?
I had 24 here. SB 24. That was the last dark metallic raspberry. So I think Jermaine missed these. If you missed them too, Michelle says, okay, good, because I like buying from you when I can. We like that too.
Yeah, we're not going to say no.
Nope.
I still like seed beads, y'all.
Yeah. Andrew does a lot of projects with them.
Wait until you see the one I'm working on now.
So if you missed this is the stuff we covered in class this weekend, learning from April Wood, very talented teacher, metalworking teacher. She taught us organic casting. So I casted real organics like these. And these are all in solid bronze now. Solid bronze. This is an echinacea seed pod and stem. I love the stem almost more than the whole thing. I just love that. And then this is mountain laurel berries and kind of little sticks, the little stems going to the mountain laurel berries. This is a cardamom seed pod, all done in solid bronze. Andrew did the wild babies. These were done with plastics that he cut heads and bodies apart, solidified them back with wax, and made creatures that we'll be selling in the form of pins and earrings and pendants and who knows what else. Jermaine says, what about all the hanks of seed beads at Star Cottage on the wall?
Don't worry about it.
Any chance you're selling those? No. Not at this time, no.
Maybe later.
Yeah, those are messy.
Yeah.
Those are.
We have to sell it by the hank.
Yeah, we'd have to sell by the hank probably. They're very messy to take. Taking one strand off of those is.
Yeah, the whole thing comes apart.
The whole thing comes apart. So those take a lot of work to get into, and more work than we have the time for right now.
The bagging that's the problem.
Yeah. This is either a peach pit or a walnut shell. Not sure. It might actually be a peach pit. I thought it was walnut, but I think it's peach pit.
Because all the other ones are walnut.
Yeah, I probably pulled the one that isn't. And then the helicopter seed pods, the maple tree seed pods.
The one that you cut at that cafe is the maple buds.
The maple buds. And Andrew did some of these helicopter seed pods, but he didn't get all his metal poured in.
She filled it.
Yeah, April was filling them, but he had a tiny, tiny hole on his where mostly everyone else had a larger one. And so...
Because I went last to pick my base.
Yeah.
And so, because I am nice like that, and so I got the weirdo pot, the weirdo one.
He also had the most metal to pour. So that ended up not spreading all the way through. And you also lost suction at one point. Lost vacuum.
That was super stressful, y'all.
Lost vacuum in the vacuum chamber to pull the metal through. So all those things, these wings,
racing real fast.
These wings are going to be on this little baby creature. Maybe.
Well, you may be.
He says, well, you may be. He says, yes, they are.
That's its belonging.
He says, it will happen. All right. Looks like he's back now. Got a few more 8-0 seed beads to do.
I don't have the right size bags though, but that's all right. We'll just delicately place them.
All right. So next up, SB 25. This one is transparent dark topaz Picasso Mayuki seed beads.
Those look better in the sunshine.
Yes, they do. I'm trying to bring them up, but they are a Picasso finish, that transparent topaz, beautiful colors. And this was $4 a tube. There's one tube available at $3.20. If you're interested in that, send us an email, SB25. Not doing a lot of high dollar stuff tonight, but hopefully you're liking these. SB26. This is transparent flame red Picasso Mayuki seed beads. And let me show you, try and get you up close. Again, these ones are better when we have better light, but they are a Picasso and a transparent red. Instead of $4.25, $3.40. Danette says, I like the helicopters that are missing metal. You often see them like that. Yeah, you do.
You know, the way that they...
You would never know that it wasn't like this, really,
unless I told
unless you told it, right?
That one. It was definitely... no, that was right. They were cast
They
like
were
that.
cast just like that.
Perfectly.
SB27. This is Cobalt Gold Luster. Cobalt with gold luster. One tube available at $4 instead of $5. It's that beautiful cobalt with a little bit of that little hint of gold luster.
I like it.
Yeah.
Got like a bronzy.
That's SB27. Denise says, what does it mean when the beads are Picasso? So like the Picasso finish on check glass.
It's like a mottled green.
Yeah,
brown.
it has that Picasso finish on the seed beads too.
So what it is it's like a glass paint that they spray on in a certain way, and then it gets heated up, and it causes that mottling. So if you look at some of the check glass beads that are Picasso finish, what they'll do is they'll spray it on, and then oftentimes they will table cut it and reveal the color underneath.
These are triangle sparkling lined smoky amethyst AB. Beautiful. Look at those. Instead of $3.50, they are $2.80 for the one tube. Only one tube available. SB28.
These are two different styles of Picasso.
So this
That's
is a
green on it.
This is a Picasso finish, and this is a Picasso finish.
It's supposed to make them look like more natural stones.
Yeah. So that means the seed beads have that finish.
You just can't see it as much because they're smaller.
Yeah.
And the colors, sometimes they're transparent, so you can't see it as much.
Yeah, but when they hit the light, you can see them a lot better.
Some of that inner core color pops out a little bit more.
So these are Duracoat. The Duracoat opaque anemone Mayuki seed beads, anemone color. So this is $5. Now it's $4 for the one tube. All right, SB29. SB30 coming up. So this is the Mayuki Eido's Garnet Lined Ruby AB. These are like juicy. One available at $2.20. This is that old price, $2.75 originally, $2.20 now. Aren't those juicy? I think those look so good. SB30. SB31. This one is the opaque chocolate. Opaque chocolate. Eido Mayuki seed bead was $3.25. $2.60. This is TB8-409 for those who want to know. I don't have those numbers for all of them, but some of these we do. All right, one available of those. Just one available of all these last ones here. SB32 is opaque cobalt. Opaque cobalt was $3, now $2.40. That's TB8414. And the last one of this evening, SB33. This is Eido Transparent Sapphire, old tag again, $2.25 at old price. Now only $1.80 for that tube. That's the Transparent Sapphire Mayuki 80 seed beads. 1 tube available. All right. And that's the seed bead sale for tonight, y'all. Hopefully you like that.
If you saw, we did a lot. We had a special announcement about the Meet Your Creative Community
Yep.
Day, reveal day.
That's March 22nd. If you missed that, please go back and check that out. Let me just scooch back here a little bit. So yeah, that's Meet Your Creative Community. We're doing a special extravaganza reveal date. So if you missed all that information, I'll be sending out an email probably tomorrow on that.
We'll call it something different.
What?
Not that one.
Oh, we'll be
Fiesta.
sending out Fiesta. We'll be sending out an email about that tomorrow and posting about it in the group tomorrow. But that's going to be a special day. We think we're going to have a lot of fun with that. And we encourage you, please help us encourage others to post their designs that they make with our kits on that day. So we talked about that. We showed you the things we made in our class. We were in Baltimore in our casting class. We showed you those things we made, like these that Andrew made. And we talked about some of the plans we have from our own casting equipment that we're going to be doing as soon as we get the store moved. All of this stuff that we did here, we can do pretty much immediately.
Maybe not immediately.
We got to set up things, but we've got all the stuff to do all this stuff.
Fairly quickly.
Fairly quickly. Immediate doesn't happen around here anymore.
Yeah.
Especially
unless it's a bill comes
with
through.
all the stuff going. But yeah, so we talked about that. We talked about Kelly Russell and hanging out with her and all the new things we're planning and working on. We didn't talk about everything we're planning on, but
no. We have some surprises.
We have plans in the works to work with some things with her.
We have some surprises waiting downstairs.
I see Andrew in the window, says Jermaine.
Yeah.
His head floating in there. And
crouching down.
Crouching Andrew. He's got to run around the corner. So we talked about that. We showed you some of Kelly's newest earrings, which are fantastic. And some of you all claimed those. Thank you so much. She will be thrilled. And then we showed you some seed beads. And now we're going to go eat. So thank you all for cook. We got to go cook to eat. And then we're going to go continue moving the store some. So
and if you want, you want us to pop on late tonight, maybe around midnight o'clock from the store.
No, I'm not.
I'll show you what we've been doing in the move.
Or we could just do that tomorrow when it's daylight.
You don't want to see the move?
They can see it tomorrow.
He's tired.
I'm very tired. My eyes are getting red.
He's getting cranky.
So
he didn't get
I didn't get any food. So thank you all so much. Yeah, it's been 3 hours. Thank you so much. Yeah, it is.
Let's do 2 more. I got some more seed beads.
Bye, everybody. Have a great night. See you soon.
Ya.